I'm gonna hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio Skulls all day.
The Lyric Scientist Lab.
A womp bomb balloon bomb, a womp bomb bomb, tutti frutti, all ruined. Do you like Little Richard, Jared?
Not in that rendition. No.
Well, I was trying my best. I've been trying for all of the last 45 seconds, but it will get better.
Call you Little Dick.
That's fine, folks, because names are just words and they cannot hurt me. And nothing can hurt us here on the 209th episode of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. Jeez Louise, are you sick of us yet? If you are, well, that's a little too bad because we're not going anywhere. And we've established this, and I think we're going to do this until we die.
What up, Londa?
Londa, hello. Welcome.
Appreciate the kind words. Or he said my favorite two podcast hosts.
Well, we appreciate that. And before we get the show kicked off today, we want to give a big Mad Scientist Lab birthday shout-out to our good friend Epic, who turns 103 today.
Why didn't you wait until he showed up?
I didn't know he wasn't in here.
But, bro, I would have said it.
Well, he's normally in here already.
Well, he's not.
Well, damn it. Well, when he gets in here, we're going to do it again. But that's okay.
This fucking guy.
Happy 103rd birthday, buddy. It's good to know you.
103rd. Anyway.
So,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, birthdays are celebrations. And that's a guy who's probably going to celebrate and probably going to wind up in a tree somewhere.
What the fuck is wrong with you today?
Nothing. Nothing is wrong with me at all. I am happy to see you. I'm very impressed with your flannel.
Don't worry about my flannel. Well, you just said this man is going to be... Never mind. I'm not going to repeat what you said.
Yeah, like wake up in the shrubs, dude. Like from being drunk and hunting in the wilderness.
I forgot I have the arrows now and shit.
Oh, well, arrows are cool. Arrows point.
I don't know what's wrong with him, guys.
Nothing's wrong. So, Jared, last weekend,
Young Ghost Chips.
I went out to a local restaurant that I've never been to before. Surprisingly, that I've never been to this place. And I would say the name, but I'm going to butcher it really, really bad. But it's a nice little Italian spot just down the road from here.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Osteria.
Wait. So why are we on this?
Oh, I wanted to talk about my experience there.
Okay.
I just thought, as somebody who likes food, and you like food and bars, and
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, but it was really nice, man. I've never been to this place before, and so we go inside. It's like in the middle of like office buildings, which is well, I don't know. It's just it's in a very peculiar spot.
It was probably very inexpensive to get a spot there, and it's supposed to be a place where there's supposed to be like cafes and shit.
This is true. Now, obviously, I went at the evening time, so whatever else is going on during normal business hours, I'm not too sure. But I go into this place. It's really fancy for where we're at. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. How come I've never been here before? Go inside, sit down, get waited on, and I get the menu. And, dude, they had all sorts of shit of Italian dishes on there. Some of them I couldn't pronounce just because I was trying.
Because it was in Italian?
Some of it, yes. Some of it was. Some of it I did know, like noodle. Like I knew that word.
Some of it said noodle.
But anyway, I proceeded to order some food, and they have this thing there. Where you can order, it's called a cheese wheel. And
let me guess. It's a wheel of cheese.
It in theory, yes. Because when I first thought of it in my head, my 5-year-old brain, I was thinking of a Ferris wheel made of cheese. That's kind of what was going on in my head collectively as I read it.
It's like it's probably a tray of cheese, right? Circle?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And so this gentleman comes out, and you can get various sorts of different types of pasta
and
noodles.
they probably recommend it with some type of wine, correct?
Oh, yeah. So
okay.
So we're getting into the good stuff, all right?
It's not the good stuff. This is just normal, good restaurants that you probably have never been to before.
I have been to a lot of great restaurants, just not in the last decade, all right? So this couple sitting not too far from us ordered it, and this guy comes out with this giant clay bowl, dude, and a blowtorch, okay?
Mm-hmm.
and it's got the cheese inside this giant clay bowl, and obviously he starts to spinning it, making it the wheel, while using the blowtorch to melt the cheese. And it was just really cool to see in person. The guy was like a professional. He was doing all sorts of neat little tricks with it. And then he poured the cheese out, the Alfredo sauce all over the noodles, and gave it to the couple and that. And it was just really cool to see in person. I've never seen anything like that. And I was like, you know what? I want to work here. That's what I told my family. I said, I am going to work here. And
two steps forward, 5 steps back, ladies and gentlemen. RJ, he's known for this.
yeah, so I was like, I want to work here because I was just so impressed by the cheese wheel, right? So I ordered my food. Jared, when I say I got the biggest piece of chicken parmesan I've ever seen in my life, I'm not remotely joking to you, dude. Dude, it was like, folks, it was like this. It was like a box, and it was just all chicken parm. It was disgustingly delicious. It was massive.
Oh, so it's family style.
Yeah, it was just,
It's like it's a typical Italian restaurant, like a
I know,
good
but-
Italian restaurant.
but I have just never seen a piece of chicken parm so big in my life, dude. It was like the whole fucking chicken. It was just nuts.
Oh.
I mean, a couple patties here and there, decently sized one's fine. But, dude, this joint was like it pulled its giant meat out and slapped it on the table. Not that it did that, but that you got to get what I'm saying, right?
Hey, man, you sent her in here with them titties. What you expect?
That wasn't the one I wanted, but
That's okay. I was going to say exactly. Exactly. So, proceeded to get our food, our appetizers. Got a bottle of wine for my mom. Happy birthday. And I didn't try it, obviously, but my mom thought it was really, really good. And I just wanted to say I had a really good time at this place, man.
what is it with you against wine? I don't understand it.
I don't know. I don't care for it, dude. I mean, I'll drink it, but it just doesn't
Like
do
you're
anything.
supposed to pair it with the food,
I get that. I understand.
and
that.
it tastes way different when you eat it with actual food. Like that's why when you go to tastings at wineries and shit, they have like different little things that you eat to kind of cleanse your palate for the next thing, or to it just because it pairs with it.
I did say that to the young lady that was serving us. She was like, "Would you like some wine?" And I said, "I don't know what my palate is." And then I thought of you immediately, and I was like, "Jared would be proud." That's what I thought.
I wouldn't say what your palate is. I mean, you just don't know what you like.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you need to do a tasting.
No, I just wanted to sound somewhat sophisticated, even though I looked really dumb.
Well, you got to go to a winery, bro.
And
That's where you learn the science of the shit.
and you're right. You're right. But I had it was just a really, really cool experience, dude. Really nice place, really good food. I cannot recommend it enough to anybody. Now, it is definitely not a spot where you hang out with your buddies, obviously. But I would say if it was just like me and you, one just random afternoon for a happy hour, they have this really nice bar set up. And there were a lot of beautiful women in there, dude. It was kind of shocking almost. I was like, where did all these people come from? Because they don't live around here at all.
Guys, it's now proven that RJ has never, ever been to a nice restaurant.
I have. It's
No,
only
you
been like a decade.
It's been more than a decade, bro. Olive Garden doesn't count. What the fuck is that? All right, now you can say it.
I hate Olive Garden.
He's here. Now you can say it.
Oh, yes. Oh. We want to give a big Mad Scientist Lab birthday shout out to our buddy Epic, who turns 103 today. Happy 103rd birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, bro. What the hell did you type in the chat? I don't know what MIN is. Maybe that means drunken.
It's very, very possible.
This
But
guy with the pouring.
what?
Keep going.
You want me to keep going?
No.
Okay, I got you. But it's a cool spot. I think me and you would like hang out on like a nice afternoon because they got the
Maybe.
patios outside and stuff.
If it's outside, I'm down.
Yeah, but obviously it's wintertime. It's a little chilly out there. It's gotten really chilly in the last few days. So yeah, cold, no bueno. Don't like it. But yeah, I just wanted to tell you about my experience, and I had a really good time.
Cool story, bro.
I
Hey,
got
what?
news for you. That means you're gay.
This podcast is supposed to be about, just a little bit of everything. And I just wanted to talk about my experience that Jared says I never have because I never leave and go anywhere. But when I do go somewhere, I still get insulted and say, well, that's what happens when you don't go anywhere. And that's exactly what just happened with that whole conversation, folks. I'm going to take a sip of this glass.
Well, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. You don't go anywhere enough to understand when you do have a new experience. Like it's like the highest of highs.
Yeah. I will say the bathrooms were kind of cool. Nothing overly lavish. Just a nice bathroom setup. But not like
Sounds like a hotel fucking bathroom. Those are always nice, clean, and spacious.
There was
decorative.
A lot of space. I thought there was a little too much space in the bathroom, if I had to be honest with you.
There's no such thing.
I don't know. It's just like, you got like this giant square and the toilet's like in the corner. You just got this like whole room. I mean, I understand having some space, but is there too much space in a bathroom? Like in a public bathroom? I don't know.
Nah. Especially if it's not if it's backed, like if it's a bunch of people there.
Well, no, the good thing about the bathrooms in this place is they were single units. So there was 2 for the men and 2 for the women. But they were pretty spacious on the inside. But yeah, I think there's a little too much space in bathrooms. Like, if I know it sounds weird.
What the fuck are you
talking about? Dude, if you put a toilet in a corner and then you just have this giant room, it's just odd.
I mean, people want to be away from shit. Plus, you don't want the fucking, if you're in a restaurant, you don't want the toilet right next to the fucking door of the fucking bathroom.
Okay, so that I do understand. But still, I don't know. There's a lot of space. Next time I go there, I'm taking a picture of this bathroom.
Dude, okay, fine. Do what you want to do.
I will. And I'll enjoy it. I'll enjoy doing it, damn right. But, the bathrooms aren't as nice as Buc-ee's.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah, you know what? But you know what? I feel like a lot of people know about Buc-ee's now because a friend of ours is down in South Carolina, and I open my Facebook feed, and boom, there's another Buc-ee's.
They're
on
everywhere
my feed.
now.
It is kind of crazy how it's slowly becoming a thing.
Well, we looked it up. There's two. Oh shit! Keep doing the wrong fucking thing. There's 2 in Virginia now, or there's 1 in the thing. 1 being built.
I do remember you saying that, but just from the simple fact that we just talked about it a few short weeks ago, and then just a few short weeks later, a friend of ours is down somewhere, and he feels like he's in the heartland of all gas stations, and he had the same reation you did.
I fucking told, like, bro, why does it take somebody else to tell you some shit all the time?
Dude,
before
you're
you
taking this the complete wrong way.
How much? How should I? Hold up. How should I be taking?
You're taking this completely wrong. What I'm saying is, I think it's awesome that it was like, oh, Jared found this really cool fucking gas station. Then all of a sudden,
I knew about Buc-ee's from just going to just knowing about Texas. I had just never gotten to go to one.
Yeah, so I just think it's crazy how you praise this place so much, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and then just weeks later, somebody else is there.
You don't understand until you've been in one, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and then he was talking about like the shirts and just the bathrooms.
It's like the shirts, the bathroom, the food. You get like a brisket sandwich. You can get a fucking a pulled pork sandwich. You can get a burrito. You get all kinds of crazy shit that you can't get at any other fucking fried pecans and.
Ooh, that sounds really great.
With like caramel and cinnamon and all kinds of wild ass shit. Did I tell you about the sodas they have there? It's made with sugar cane and it's like old school. Like cream soda and vanilla soda.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Like
dude.
old school shit, like you would get from the South anyway, but not that fucking bullshit you get from a regular Coke fountain or Pepsi fountain.
A fountain drink, as you will.
No, they're still fountain, but it's just
maybe
better.
Just made with sugar cane instead, obviously.
Instead of high fructose corn syrup.
No, but I thought that was just really, really cool, and I was like, well, fuck, now I gotta go. So that was literally
I tell you, I'm thinking about going back to Austin in January. So,
and I was just like, well, the gas station is like
it'd be nice if somebody else could help pay for the room. Just saying.
Well, it would be nice, money.
The end of January, buddy.
Money is something that I actually do not like at all, but. It just controls the world. It just embodies everything that I hate about America. Anyway, we're going to go to this gas station.
Sound a little bit commie to me.
Yeah, it's okay. That's not what's happening right now. We are not broadcasting from the Soviet Union currently, okay?
It's funny you brought that up because I told you before we came on the air, I've been watching this new show. Well, it's not really new. It's been out since 2019, but I just found it. On Apple Plus. It's called For All Mankind. And
I feel like I've heard of that.
you may have, if you've been on Apple Plus, you may have seen it or whatever. But it basically, the premise of it is the Soviets made it to the moon before we did during the space race.
Okay.
And so that changed. They still, like, from the beginning, like, history is pretty much the same, except for the fact that the Soviets made it to the moon before we did.
All right.
So it changed because of that. The competition changed. Like, everything had to change because now you're in direct competition with the Soviets.
Yeah.
So like they go through NASA and like all the astronauts and everything, and it's just, I'm on season 3 already. It's 4 seasons. I just started it like 2 days ago.
Are they like 6 episodes each, or are they like 10? 10? Okay, all right. So
10-hour-long episodes.
Well, so I'm assuming since you're kind of tearing through it, that it's really good, or that you're at least enjoying it for.
Oh no, it's good. It's still, like I said, it still kind of sticks with history for the most part. If you know anything about, like,
So is it like a documentary, or
No.
is it? No. Okay.
How is it a fucking documentary? See, you got me all flustered with the numbers over here. How is it a fucking documentary when it says that the Soviets made it to? When I said that the Soviets made it to the moon first.
I understand that.
Do you know what the space race was?
I do. What I was saying, I was going to finish, like, not so much of a documentary, but like loosely based on history.
Yes,
For the most part. Okay, that's kind of what I was getting at.
like I said, the beginning of it, it sticks pretty close to history, and even throughout the whole thing, it still sticks pretty close, except for it's basically like a branching off of a timeline.
Yeah.
Like if you're in the multiverse and like fucking a timeline branches off, this is a different timeline. So it's just, if the Soviets made it first and the U.S. made it second, and then all the shit that transpires and how that strengthens the Soviets and this, that, and the other. So you have to, it's a good show. I like the show. And it actually makes you go through all the emotions. Because it's like, for me, it's like sci-fi, but then they get really deep into like the relationships of the people and like their wives and their sons, and it's a bunch of wild ass shit.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine, like, if you really think about it, dude, close to, 60 some odd years ago, it's kind of crazy when you say that, if not a little longer.
It's not 60. It's like, it's barely over, it's like 53.
53?
Talking about when Apollo 11?
Yeah, so.
It's like 53 years
Okay,
ago.
so, well, yeah, 53 years, not 60.
Okay.
But anyway.
Yeah. We just did the 2019. We just did the 50th anniversary.
That's right. I do remember you making not a big deal about that, but I do remember you being like, "Hey, this is important."
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit? No, but just the day and age of when this stuff occurred, times were, at least from the outside looking in, were so simple, and these things were just, I don't know, massive.
What do you mean by simple?
I don't know. Just it was a day and age before, just everything we have nowadays, social media, the internet, all that. It was just a simpler times. So something like this, I know.
I wouldn't say it's simpler times. I guess it depends on where you are or what you're into. Because, like I said, the purpose of this show, because the Soviets made it first, they have an equal claim to the moon as the U.S. So it caused the government, to continue to dump money into NASA, and then any patents of new technology that NASA came out with, they were able to license out to companies, and then they make the money back. So then the government isn't, and the taxpayers aren't funding NASA alone. Like now, that's the issue with them being so far behind on like Artemis going to Mars and going to the moon again, is because they each administration comes through and chops the budget down because they don't think that space exploration is that as important as it was. But again, like this show demonstrates, if the Soviets had made it before us, we would have been forced to do it, because then we would have been like, oh wait, they have a strategic military oversight like ahead of us.
Yeah.
So we have to stay ahead of them, like at least competitive with them.
Well, the competition does bring out the best in a lot of people.
Yeah.
So that is something I've always agreed with. No, but I guess when I was just saying simpler times, I mean, going to the moon and just it was just such a big deal, man. And I know space is a lot. It's very complex. I know nothing about rocket science as opposed to Jared over here. But I know it's a lot more accessible nowadays. Sending satellites up, this, that. There's a lot we still don't know. But just for the day and age, if you're old enough to remember when the moon landing actually happened and just that time period.
Motherfucker, I wasn't alive when that happened.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, if anybody out there listens to this show who's old enough to that actually remembers that
I don't think anybody is listening to this show that.
Dude, we're gonna have to find an old person that's seen it all and have them come on here and tell us what it was like.
I don't know who you would ask.
I would think very carefully about it, but
Yeah.
I'm sure we could. I'm sure I could figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody that. I mean, some people may have been alive that we know, but they may not remember it actually seeing it because they were like babies or
very
toddlers
young.
or some shit.
But what speaking about shows that you were watching, what I actually started watching, which I think you would really really like, is on Netflix. Anybody out there?
Netflix.
Is Onimusha.
Is that the samurai thing?
Yes.
I haven't gotten to it. I'm gonna get to it.
The reason I checked it out is if for a lot of people,
I've heard good reviews on it.
it's really cool, dude.
No, I will. I'll check it out.
For those that don't know, Onimusha is a game that came out on the PlayStation 2 about 20 years ago.
It's based on the game? I thought it was a straight, just a new thing.
No. It's actually based upon the game, and it was a trilogy way back in the day. It's actually a very underappreciated game in my personal opinion.
It's the same guy who likes Shenmue.
I will tell you, if you were going to pick one or two between Shenmue, I know you would go with Onimusha because there's swords and a lot of stabbing.
No shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean,
samurais are way cooler than walking around like you're a mob boss.
Dude, Ryo Hazuki is my hero, and that we're leaving it at that. Anyway,
there's a game out. Actually, I think it's called Yakuza. Hold on, let me look that game up real quick while you're going on that.
So, Onimusha is essentially a game, and the anime is based upon a character named Seminosuke Akechi. All right, and he essentially has to collect demon souls with this old relic gauntlet to stop the underworld from a.
Are you fucking telling the fucking show?
No. I'm just. It's just the I mean, it happens in the first like 10 minutes of the show, so I'm not giving anything away. Same with the game, by the way. But it's really, really cool. Sticks true to the game for those who played it way back in the day. And the animation on it is really good, man. The way they're making animes nowadays, man, they're just so fucking clean. And so for anybody out there who's remotely into anime, samurais, the blood and guts kind of thing, I highly encourage you to check out Onimusha.
Well, they have software that can do that stuff a lot easier now.
Oh, it's just
basically put in your illustration and it can do all the animation for you. What was I looking up?
So,
hold on real quick.
So Jared's looking some stuff up, but
so yeah, this is a game that I want to play. I think it's only on PlayStation 5. Actually, it just came out. I just forgot about that. Yeah, it's called The Man Who Erased His Name. It's basically a guy who used to be a Yakuza, which is the Japanese mafia.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a very interesting game.
I've read good things about this game. I've actually been thinking about picking it up myself.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, with the asinine amount of stuff I still have to play.
Asinine is the word.
Asinine is the word. The Yakuza series, as a whole, I've only played 2 of them. But they are really, really good games. They're very deep in terms of amount of things to do. There's, I don't know. It's just they're very big games. I mean, 100 hours plus, for each one. So you can easily get lost in them. Follows this really, really cool story arc. So this is something that I would like to check out too, honestly. Read nothing but good things about it in the last couple of days. Obviously, us getting closer to the holidays and Christmas time, so it's a big time of year for gaming.
Oh, I gotta get a PlayStation first. Oh, well, it says 4. It says PlayStation 4 too, also.
And because what I have been playing, yeah, that's right, folks. I play video games.
Of course you have. We no shit. You've been going on for about 20 minutes. What game have you been playing? If you fucking say Halo, I swear to God.
Nah.
Oh, you've been playing that. Oh, I know what you've been playing that bullshit.
Yeah, so that bullshit, folks, is this year's Call of Duty. I'm just going to do a little brief breakdown of my thoughts of the game.
For the love of God, make it brief.
And so it's very important that I get this off my chest. This is my first time really diving deep back into Call of Duty. Now, I've played the last 2 versions a little here and there, campaign and whatnot. But this year, I was like, you know what? It's been a few years since I've really gotten my hands dirty in multiplayer, and this and that. I was like, all right, let's do it.
Wait, you played last year?
I played for like a month, for a good month and a half or so, and then I just stopped playing. So, but this year, I'm going to do it a little differently. Multiplayer-wise, there's a lot to talk about, but again, it's Call of Duty. You're going to get what you get, just like every year. However, they have tweaked a couple of things that I've really liked in regards to the mini-map being fixed. Dead Silence is now a perk again. Praise Jesus. It is no longer equipment use. So being able to run around where people don't sound like elephants is, that myself included, is great. I love it. My big thing with the multiplayer is, maps aside, a lot of remakes from the original Modern Warfare 2, is the time to kill has been increased. I'm not a super big fan of it. If they take it down just a tad bit, I think I'll be
Raise your hand in chat if you know what the fuck he's talking about.
What, time to kill? Time to kill is basically how fast your opponent dies when you shoot them. So they've increased player health this year. So it takes a little longer to kill, and it's something that I haven't really adjusted it to yet, because I am a very twitchy player, because I just move all over the place like a psychopath sometimes. So I've been getting used to that, so I've been playing hardcore, but I've been really, really enjoying the multiplayer for the first time in a while. The campaign, which has been getting kind of bad feedback, I thought was pretty damn good. Not the greatest Call of Duty campaign, introducing open world missions where you can kind of tackle objectives at your own pace and get your own equipment. And it follows a narrative of Captain Price and Soap going after Makarov, and just really, really cool. Finished it earlier today. And then the surprise hit, what I'm actually really liking, is zombies, more so than I think I ever have. Because it's not your traditional zombies where it's round-based and this, and that. This year, it's a lot different. They just drop you on a giant fucking island, and you have 45 minutes to buff your character, exfil, which is basically, leave the map with as much material as you can to increase your character to go deeper down into the map to fight harder enemies. It's really, really cool and a lot of fun.
Isn't exfiltration?
Yeah, exfiltration, yeah.
Oh.
That's just how they abbreviate it in the game, that's all.
No, that's fucking military talk.
Mm-hmm. And it's and so
I don't have a boo on here, Epic, but we can go with this. We're just talking. We're talking about the game.
Yeah, well, I'm aware.
Okay.
So I will tell you, I know that nobody's going to listen to me when it says, "Hey, check out this year's Call of Duty."
I'm not buying that shit. I fucking said it on the show. I put it on fucking Instagram and all that. I'm not buying that shit. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not wasting my money.
What they have done with zombies is going to open up to a lot more, and you watch.
I don't like zombie shit anyway.
I'm not a big diehard zombies fan. I'm a fan of doing Easter eggs and just little shit like that. But zombies as a whole has never been like my go-to for COD. But I will tell you, this year it's done differently. It's just really cool how they did it.
Sounds like Dead Island to me.
I guess you could kind of view it in a way like that.
Yeah, I played a lot of Dead Island, and it's.
But you can upgrade your weapons. You can pack-a-punch them. I mean, all the classic zombie stuff is in this game mode. It's just on a giant island in There's 3 tiers. The farther you go in, the harder the enemies become, and then there's a final boss who I have not fought yet. Apparently, it's a gigantic worm. And so I'm going to be tinkering with that a little later tonight.
You know what game they need to bring back? Army of Two.
That was a really fun game.
It was a super fun game.
That was a
And
really
if you
fun
have
game.
somebody else to actually be Army of Two with, shit is super fucking fun.
That is one of the only games that I feel that to get the best experience out of it, you need another person.
Yeah, you have to play with somebody else, and it's better if they're with you in the room and not just fucking online somewhere else.
Me and Ali Ice played a game several months back that had the same kind of concept. It's called A Way Out. It's about 2 prisoners who are escaping jail. But the way the game is set up is it's split screen.
Hey guys, another game they didn't invite me to play.
It's only 2 players.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it's only 2 players.
I don't give a fuck.
Anyway, so it's split screen, even though we're playing it online. So I can still see Al's screen, and he can see mine like it's a traditional couch co-op kind of thing. It was just a really cool game. But Army of Two, yeah, they should remake that. That was a really dope-ass game.
Yeah. Or
Didn't
at
it
least-
have a sequel?
I'm not sure, or at least make a new one or something.
No, that game was a lot of fun. And do you know what a really good Army game is that nobody talks about? Is Spec Ops: The Line.
I don't think I'll play that.
I vaguely remember much of the characters and their names, but you basically are a group of American soldiers that get dropped off in, like, I think Afghanistan or, just somewhere in the Middle East. And you go throughout the game, and then you find out that there's just a lot of crazy going on. But that's a really slept on, I think, third-person, just Army game, because I know when it comes to modern shooters and Call of Duty just overshadows pretty much fucking everything. But Army of Two, if you guys are, played it back when it came out, several years back.
They said the first game in the series was 2008.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. I thought the first game came out maybe like 2011.
No, but I think there are other versions. I don't remember which one I played.
Let's see. Army of Two. Man,
This is a
2000
badass game, man. They need to fucking bring this shit back.
Another game that is pretty dope. Did you ever? Well, I know you've never been an Xbox player, so you probably haven't. But maybe you've heard of Crackdown. Have you ever seen footage of that? It's you're basically like a cyber cop in the future, and it's pretty dope, man.
I
It's-
like realism in my shit. That's why I'm Radio Night is on sale right now. I think it's on either Steam or something was on sale right now. I was looking through a whole bunch of games
and
because it's Black Friday shit.
there is another game that came out, and I actually might have you pull a website up, Jared. I'm trying to think of the name of it that I was actually kind of interested in playing. I think it's called like Robo Shooter or something like that.
Oh, the new RoboCop. Have you seen that?
So I downloaded that this morning.
That shit looks fun.
I am actually going to be playing that either tonight or sometime
How
tomorrow.
much did you pay for that though?
That game I paid, I think it was like $30, which I think is relatively fair.
Yeah, it's not bad.
RoboQuest, yes.
RoboQuest.
Yeah, so, there's 2 games. I actually wanted to talk to you about this
Bro,
RoboCop game,
come
too.
on, man. This is some weeb shit.
Oh, you said some weeb shit.
Yeah,
No, dude, come on. If it's fun, it's fun. You
some
gotta.
weeb shit.
You have to open your palate, Jared. Let
Nope.
the flavors taste your taste buds.
Nope.
Let them flow through your veins.
Nope.
Like a river down
Nope.
a stream. Anyway, I will stop talking like that because it's making me uncomfortable.
And it's annoying me.
Oh, it's okay, Jared. But anyway, so this looks like a lot of fun. I know it looks silly and childish,
Looks very childish.
but here, go ahead and pull the RoboCop game up. Rogue City.
Yeah. Thanks, RJ. Thanks.
This looks like a lot of fun. It's gotten
I've
pretty.
I've seen people stream it. It is fucking. It looks cool as shit.
It's gotten pretty damn good reviews too.
It's on Steam too. $50.
And
Good gracious.
I think I got like a Black Friday sale or something, dude.
Yeah,
on
I
the-
think this was one of the ones that I saw that was on sale.
And so
This shit looks, bro. It's like every kid who grew up in the '80s. What the fuck?
Where are the cookies? Fuck you, internet. Anyway, but no, this looks badass. But you're right. Any kid, especially, I know that you're a little older than I am, grew up in the 80s.
Yeah, I remember watching this shit not in the theater, but on VHS.
Dude, and they had the action figures too.
Yeah,
It
all
came
that
with
shit.
the jetpack. So this is any sci-fi 80s fan nerd like extravaganza right here.
Yeah.
It's gotten really good reviews.
It was this is action too. This was like one of those brutal 80s action film type shit too.
And for those, a little movie trivia for those folks out there who are not old enough to remember, the original RoboCop, when it came out, was actually rated X.
Oh yeah, I did hear about that.
Before
But they had to do some changes to that shit.
because of when he gets his whole body.
And we're
blown
not
away.
talking about that last one that was out. That shit was fucking hot garbage.
Yeah, I didn't want to watch it because just like any
I
other,
watched it just because I'm gonna fucking. I'm curious to know whether if they do it justice or not.
Well, that was kind of like when the new Dread movie came out. I was skeptical, but I actually really
That was a
liked
good
it.
one.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Carl Urban did a good job on that one.
So when it comes to something like RoboCop, which
It's almost
is kinda,
better than the original.
I know,
Almost.
dude. It's so. I'm such a Sylvester Stallone fan, dude.
Yeah, but come on, man.
I know he's not like the Grammy Award winning or not Grammy, sorry, Academy Award winning actor. Oh yeah, no, he's won awards, but I know it's Sylvester Stallone. You're
Probably
only
as
gonna
a
get
director or some shit.
no, but come on, man. You want to talk about the law? I am the law.
I'm telling you, the first, the there was a game too. I forgot about that.
Dread versus Death.
Yeah, the 1995 film was the original.
And it's got the classic movie and the fucking bikes, dude. Oh man.
Yeah, but the remake was so much better.
The remake was very, very good. I 100% agree. But it would be dope if they, you know what they've been doing with Mortal Kombat in the last several years is they've been adding a lot of 80s action characters to their
Yeah,
fighting
we've
roster.
talked about that before. We don't need to go through all that.
So you're not a big fan of like this person versus like the 80s or anything. I mean,
No.
I'm not either, but I guess it is kind of cool. Like if you're like a super duper diehard fan.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go watch this tonight.
Oh, what, Dread? Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, this shit was good.
Dude, that is a very good movie. For those who have not seen the newer version of Dread, when I say newer, I mean 2012.
Well, there's Judge Dredd, which was the 95 with Sylvester Stallone, and then there's Dredd 2012 with Carl Urban,
Okay, put that there.
who's also Butcher from The Boys. For all you guys who don't know, if you're not into The Boys, like we know RJ's scary, and hasn't watched The Boys yet,
I'm a fucking pickle.
you have to check it out. It's Carl Urban. He plays. He's like one of the main characters. Actually, the show that I was talking about earlier, one of the main characters, the female, is in the show that I'm watching now. Because I looked at her, I was like, she looks familiar as fuck. Because she's got brunette hair with blue eyes, and like for some reason, brunette with blue eyes is just
Super hot, dude.
That's a whole different thing.
Smother me with your muffin. Anyway.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But yeah, check out fucking Dredd and Judge Dredd. Two great movies.
And you heard it here first, folks. If we told you to watch it, it's got to be damn good. That's a mad scientist promise.
Something like that. You know what? That's why I keep trying to tell people. People will come up to me like, "Did you watch so and so?" I was like, "I was the one that told you to watch that." Somebody keeps asking me, "Have I seen Twisted Metal?" I was like, "Bro, I told you to watch Twisted Metal months ago when it came out, and now you're asking me. You're not even halfway through the season."
And that's when Jared stretches his arms back and releases that flatulent of greatness. Where
Not
he's like,
flatulent. It's fucking. That's when the Goku power comes out.
it's over 9,000. For all you good reference fans out there.
Speaking of that, Epic is over 9,000 channel points. We're gonna have to do some what are them things called? Bets, like not a poll, but like one versus the other, so people can start gambling their channel points.
Yeah, that would be cool. We got to think of something good though.
I mean, it could be when will RJ say? With that being said, 3 times in this episode.
I will It is so hard because you know what I've been saying a lot of lately? Essentially. I've been using that word a lot lately. I don't know why.
You haven't been using it lately. That's probably one of the. It's not even. That's like a middle tier word that you should be using.
No, and I use it, but I feel like lately, I've just been saying it a lot more. And I know it's not like a filler word, or
essentially, it's not a filler word, but it is a filler word if you're using it as a filler word.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just feel like I've been saying it a lot lately, and
maybe you have. I don't know.
I don't know. So, Jared, I know that the holidays are, in general are just kind of like, hey, we're here. Hey, there's Christmas, there's this, there's that.
You love this shit. I fucking don't care about it.
Well, we hope that for all that do celebrate it, had a nice Thanksgiving this past week. Hopefully you guys.
I didn't say what? Now you're putting words in my mouth.
Whoa, no. Hold on.
And celebrate it. I didn't say I didn't celebrate it. I just don't fucking, again, it's one of those things that I think people need to start. I was just thinking about that today. It's so hard for people to get rid of quote unquote tradition. Like the reason it takes so long for humanity to move forward in certain shit is because motherfuckers always gotta be hung on whatever tradition is. It's like, come on, bruh. Like, get over it.
Well, I think it also no, that's right. You're 100% correct. I think that's a very deeply rooted psychological aspect of society that we may never uncover, but we will do our best and damnedest.
Because religion is tradition. It's just passed down from person to person. These beliefs that come from one person and just got translated to. It's like a big long ass game of humanity telephone.
Can you hear me? Yes. And it's echoing off the wall.
And then the message gets changed every time.
So I agree with you, but I think it should only apply to like certain things. I feel like certain traditions should die, and some things I think are just. I think it's a lot of. For the most part, it's supposed to be fun in a sense, depending on what it is.
I don't think it's fun anymore. Nowadays, it's just to make money for corporations to
well,
make
when
money.
You're talking about like big holidays, like in sales, yes, 100%. But when I think of tradition, I'm not solely just speaking on like, hey, it's Black Friday. Let's go stand out in a line full of 8,000 people and stab our neighbor.
That has not been a big thing this year. Like the lines have been like pretty much non-existent this year.
And that is a good thing. That is a very good thing.
I saw another TikTok where they were at Target and they had a sign that said Black Friday, right? And it'll have and they checked like 3 or 4 signs. And it'll say Black Friday deal, this price, like $3.99 for a TV or some shit.
Yeah.
And then they'll go under that, and it'll be the regular sign that they have up, and it'll say $3.99 for this TV.
Dude.
And they did it for like 4 different signs that had Black Friday deal on the top of it, and then right under it was the same exact fucking price.
Yeah, so I will say this when it comes to the whole Black Friday thing.
I don't think that sunk in for you.
I know exactly what you just said. It's really not hard. Hey, RJ,
I know, but you didn't. I don't think it sunk in.
I know what you're saying. It's all a scam. I get it.
Yeah.
It's a scam. I know. But what I was getting at is when it comes to Black Friday shopping, I have only participated in only so many of them, and the things that I was going to get during this time were things that weren't gigantic items where it's like, oh my God, I need this, but I need it on sale kind of thing. It's very little things. It's like if I got you something, well, it would probably be the same price no matter what, maybe $5 off or whatever it is. Or if I were to get my mom something, hey, my mom really wanted this this cooking set or something like that, and it's like, hey, you can save $20. Sure, no big deal. So when I see stuff like that to me is a deal. But when you're saying people are going in and like, hey, this normal $800 TV is still $800. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's you're insulting people's intelligence. I mean, we've been doing this for a while now, folks. And it's just sad. So when I say not necessarily enjoy the whole Black Friday, the holiday craze, I think it's just, like you said, a tradition that needs to die, and judging by the lines that are dying down, I think a lot of people probably agree.
Because people can just buy shit online. Or the other thing is people don't have the money that they have had in the last few years.
I think that is also a very big factor.
Because shit is just crazy right now. Everything's expensive as fuck, especially food. So if you got a family of people, like, you got to feed them motherfuckers before you can buy them a bunch of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, amen, dude. I feel that in my soul.
You act like you got fucking kids and shit. Relax.
The world is my child.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah, whatever, dude, is right. Yeah. But no, when it comes to certain traditions, something like this should die. It's like we don't have to bitch slap our neighbor for a fucking 50-inch television.
But you can just bitch slap your neighbor for the fuck of it.
Yeah, if your neighbor's a bitch ass, you know. But certain traditions, I'm trying.
It's bitch slap your neighbor. It's in the Bible, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it is. It's not probably written in that context, but in so many biblical words, it is. No, I'll give you a good example of tradition. So the
Fucking Epic with the 10 tier 1 subs. Shout out to that guy. Happy birthday.
yeah, it's your birthday. You're not supposed to be doing nothing for us.
What the hell?
Yeah, well,
What the fuck? Did you gift another 10? That's 20 subs. Yo, y'all got to help him out, man.
Yeah. Help out Epic, because if not, well, he's probably just going to keep doing it. So, but thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Is that 20? I don't know.
So, a tradition that I like,
It just all of them came through. No, it was 10.
is that in Brownsville, Pennsylvania, where my grandma lives, on the night after Thanksgiving, it's called Light Up Night, where basically everybody in town takes their empty milk jugs or water jugs, cuts a hole in them, puts a candle in it, and lights a path throughout all of Brownsville, where Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus come down on the fire truck and wave to everybody in town. I know it sounds very childish. It is. It's for kids. But that's
it sounds very white.
There's a people of color there.
Do they use separate fucking water fountains there?
No, there are no water fountains in Brownsville. That's how old it is, you fucking douche. Yes, I grew up there, and it was a lot of
Still have to
hooded
sit in the back of the bus.
No, there are no buses in Brownsville. Everybody walks.
Everybody has cars.
Yeah, and then there's
Fucking
one
horseless carriages.
dude in cobblestone. No, whatchamacallit? Yeah, dude. If I got to Brownsville and there was cobblestone, I'd turn 180 and walk right out.
Motherfucker, there's cobblestone in Old Town. Shut up.
I know. Well, I feel Old Town has an older feel to it, but anyway. No, but that's a tradition that I like doing with my family.
That's why it's called Old Town. Literally, slaves came in through there.
All right, we're not going to talk about your bigotry.
There and the wharf. The D.C. wharf, slaves used to come in through there.
Well, I don't think we're going to be eating there very often, Jared.
Why not?
It's going to make me
You got something against slaves coming through?
No, I don't have that. I don't have a problem with slaves. No, wait, actually, hold on. Let me just stop.
Wait, what was that?
No, we're not getting into
I love what he was about to say. I love when slaves come through.
No, I don't. I hate this podcast. And my mom told me when I get ready for the podcast every Saturday, it reminds her of my grandmother getting ready for church. Because
Except he doesn't get dressed up.
I don't. So when I my grandmother goes to church on Saturdays for the most part. Saturday.
Is he Lutheran or something?
No, they just have, it's easier. Sundays, she can go to church on Sundays, but football's on and she just normally prays to the rosary. So it's a little different.
Okay.
It's different in Brownsville.
Like I said, they have fucking whites only water fountains.
There are no water fountains in Brownsville.
Oh, there's water fountains. There's two sets of them.
Get the fuck out. So no, if church starts, say, like at 6 o'clock, when the podcast typically, quote unquote starts, my grandma, at like 3:45, she'll be like, oh, I'm getting ready for church. And it'll take her all of 20 minutes to get ready. And so there's a 2-hour span of when church starts and the 5-minute drive it takes to get to the church. So she really only needs maybe about 20 to 30 minutes of getting ready and driving up there. But she does it like literally 2 hours before, and she'll just sit there waiting to go to church. And I do the exact same thing when we do the podcast. What time did I text you today and told you I was ready? It was a little before 5 o'clock.
It was probably at 5 o'clock because my alarm was set for 5.
And so
I was watching my show. Like I was intending to take a nap, but that didn't happen.
But I kind of finished up what I was doing in Call of Duty, and I was like, oh, let me eat, take a break. And I was like, oh, it's 3:30. I was like, oh, I should get ready for the podcast. And my mom was like, don't you think it's a little early? I was like, well, I got a shower. And she was like, and? I was like, well, I got to get ready. And she was like, it doesn't take that
Yeah, this
long.
motherfucker be texting me an hour before. I'm ready. Like, what the fuck does that mean?
So what I've been doing, so it's like I take my shower, I take 15 minutes or so, get myself
Why do you have to
cleaned up.
tell me an hour before, though?
I just want you to know, because I feel like very rarely we've had just minor communication issues, is like when I'm ready or are you there kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, because if I don't hear from you,
yeah, but
then
sometimes
I'm
expecting
assuming
just to hear from you
you're-
too. So
well, no, usually I'm usually either about to get ready, getting ready, or yeah, that's it.
and so
But in the past I've had to worry about whether RJ is that turtle getting fucking sloshed. So that's what I was like.
I'm a changed man, dude.
I'm just saying.
I'm telling you, I'm not the same Richard I was before. My name now is Ricardo.
You don't have to keep looking at me. You can look at the camera.
I'm
too.
trying to make Jared uncomfortable.
I just need photos for the fucking thumbnails. No, don't do that.
Hi.
That's
Anyway.
not gonna get in there.
It should. No, but yeah, so I got out of the shower. I got ready. I was like, all right, I'm ready for the podcast. And I looked at the clock and I was like, oh, maybe I can play some video games. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm ready for the podcast. So I sat there, and that's when I was like, well, I have quite a bit of time before Jared gets here.
Mhm.
And so that's when I decided to meditate. I put on these
He calls it sleeping, ladies. and
no, it's
gentlemen.
not sleeping, it's meditation.
No, his sleeping is meditation. He calls it.
So what I've been doing is, folks, I in all seriousness, I know I goof off a lot. If you have never tried meditation, I highly encourage you, just give it a try. It takes a little bit of practice, but I think it's really good for somebody like myself who has general anxiety and things of that nature. I would highly recommend it. Even if it's guided or if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes, I think it does you great, just doing little techniques here and there.
Does your body good?
It does. I think I think if anything, it does your mind good. I think it's
that's the point of it.
yeah.
See if I can do.
But so I listen to these meditation bowls where they go around the rings where it's like vibrations, and the vibrations are on different frequencies, and it's supposed to impact different areas of your brain and things of that nature. So I did that for a good hour before you got here. And you always ask me what's wrong with me. It's because I just woke out of some vibrant slumber. Because I was vibrating, baby. I was floating above my bed. It's like a ghost. I was just scaring the shit out of everybody. But I highly encourage it. It's really cool. Because you start to... What is the word I'm looking for? It doesn't happen right away. But when you do, I guess, stick with it... a little here, a little there, and you really just kind of let go and kind of just let it happen. It's kind of crazy how your mind just kind of wanders and expands and all that stuff. It's pretty cool shit, dude. So if you've never tried meditation, or I highly encourage you to do it. Some people say, hey, do yoga. I don't think I'm taking it that far. Don't know if I want to wear
You should.
Why should
Because you don't exercise, so you need to do something. You should do yoga. I agree.
So I should do yoga. All right? I'm going to do yoga. Now, Jared, for Christmas, I'm going to require one thing from you. You're going to have to buy me some spandex pants.
No, I don't.
Sure, why not? You're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to encourage my good habits.
You don't need spandex pants. You fucking go in some goddamn sweatpants or some shorts and then fucking do your fucking shit.
All right. I'm doing yoga, folks. And I'm going to teach.
Mushrooms. Do that too. There we go. There we have. We got a prediction going.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, I did it one time. I liked it. I don't know if that's something I could do
You
often.
did yoga one time?
No,
Oh,
mushrooms.
mushrooms. Oh, I thought you no. Well, yeah, fine. But
I don't,
mushrooms can fuck your head up.
oh, I know. And that's why, as much as I thought...
Because even doctors will say, try, like, if you do if you go too deep, you could rewire your brain totally, and you could never recover from it.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons. As much as curious as I can be about certain psychedelics, that's why.
Yeah, some people fucking become schizophrenic because of that shit.
Yeah, no,
not necessarily mushrooms. Probably more so
like LSD or acid or something like that. Yeah, no,
but even still, like you could go into some kind of psychosis off of hallucinogens and shit.
Yeah, and that's why again, those two in particular is something I would never do. But shrooms, I know it's like the whole natural thing, blah blah blah. So the one time I did do it, I did the whole microdosing thing. Took a little bit of a chocolate bar, and it was pleasant. I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I don't know if it's something that should be done on a regular basis. At least for me personally, because like Jared was saying, some people live and die by the whole like, hey, the psychedelics. Hey man, this will make you feel better. It cures depression. But I also worry in the back of my mind, if you do one too many of one thing, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to think I'm fucking, Eric Bischoff running the NWO. And then Jared's really going to be sick of me.
Yeah, if you're doing that shit.
If I come out to fucking Voodoo Child and my fucking big gold belt with NWO just playing the guitar on it, yeah, that would probably upset a lot of people. It would.
It would. It would upset a lot of people. Oh, I guess I can't vote.
Oh, you can't vote?
I can't do the prediction now.
It doesn't let you vote, or?
It doesn't let me personally know.
It's probably because you created it.
Yeah.
It probably is like some sort of, what is it, biased factor. Like, oh, yeah, here, let me create this poll only so he can lose.
It's not a poll, it's a prediction. Polls and prediction are two different things. Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to tell you what it is until afterwards.
That's fine. That's fine.
I think I already told you it.
Do you know what happened to me maybe 2 weeks ago, but we've been
the Epic, the polls I can only do up to 30 minutes, and I think I either did 20 or 30 minutes. So depending on when we end. So it could be at the end, could be in the middle. Either way, I think you still get it, so don't worry about it.
So what happened to me 2 weeks ago, and I wanted to actually talk about it, but we had Epic over here. We had just a great time the last few weeks. I recently posted a quote on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, quote unquote, said by Winston Churchill.
Oh, God.
So,
what did it say?
And I will grab my phone. I will pull it up.
Oh my God, he doesn't even know what he knows the guy who quoted, but he doesn't know what he said. That's crazy.
Hold on, I'm going to tell you exactly right now. No, I know the quote. I just don't want to butcher it. That's all.
You can butcher it. It might not even been him,
which is fine, and that's completely fine. But I thought this was a little crazy. So the
Churchill's not the greatest guy everybody thinks he is, but that's all I'm going to say.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. That's all. That's it. That's all that it says.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't put Winston Churchill's name under it. I only put it in quotations.
He was talking about bombing a bunch of people, but go ahead.
That, it could be very possible. But what happened is the moment I posted that, because I was feeling vibrant. I was feeling motivational. I was like, I want to find a good quote. I want to see I want to find a quote that really fits what my mind frame is right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I found that, and I found the quote before I even saw who it was by, allegedly. So I posted it, but I didn't post whose name it was. I just put it in quotations, posted it. That way I'm not claiming it as my own. That's why I put it in quotations. And 30 seconds after I posted it, I got flagged for spreading misinformation on Facebook.
Like I said, that's what I'm saying. I don't think that he said that. Unless somebody else flagged you for some wild shit.
But I just thought, one, it was kind of nuts. Because whether or not he said this, whether it was his quote directly.
Well, if you say, okay, so I know where you're going from. In that case, don't put who said it. Just fucking put the quote.
That's what I did.
So how you know it said Winston Churchill?
Because when I was looking up quotes, I found it, and I found, like, I guess the bar, I found the whole quote, and I opened it, and at the bottom, it was just like, oh, by Winston Churchill. And I was like, okay, cool, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I just posted the quote. But, and when I did the post, I didn't put his name or anything like that. Literally 30 seconds after I posted it, I got a message saying Winston Churchill did not say this, and that it's false information and could be flagged.
Yeah, I heard the same thing recently. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's been a lot of things attributed to him that may or may not be true.
And that I understand is fine.
So
But-
what is your point? Are you just upset?
My point is it's a quote. It's not badgering. It's not. It's just a simple quote.
Well,
It
you gotta
doesn't.
understand. Facebook is fucking weird.
I-
It could have been an automatic. It could have been like a bot that could have been scrolling their shit, and you know how they're always trying to find misinformation or whatever the fuck. Somebody could have flagged your shit.
That's true, but I just feel with the type of quote it is, and again, there's a lot of context that you could obviously fit into it.
So,
however-
did you do any more research besides just them saying it was flagged, or them saying
No,
it was-
I appealed it because
But did you do any research on top of that to see if there was any, like, whether or not it was valid or not?
no, I was at work when this happened, so no,
Oh.
I did it. I briefly appealed it, and I was thinking, what the fuck? I was like, I'm not badgering a group of people on religion. I'm not telling people not to get vaccinated. I'm not doing anything that I feel would be.
So what was the result?
It's still hidden. So if you want to see my quote, you just have to, hey, this post contains sensitive information, like I'm fucking shoving my balls in a camera or something, dude. I just think it's a little weird.
Well, I
that's
mean,
all.
it's Facebook, bro.
It's
Like,
fine.
You're not going to win that fucking censorship battle because that's what they do. That's why you see me post what I post, where I post, because some places will be cool with it, some places won't be cool with it.
I would just
But
think,
you can't see some of the shit that I post because you don't have Instagram, you don't have TikTok, you don't like so you only know the world of Facebook, which is kind of sad in a way because you're kind of in a little bubble of social media.
I don't even really use it anymore.
Well, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
even when you were like, it was this little bubble of we're Facebook and we're like 65 and over crowd here.
But social media, to me, I feel like other than having like, my Snapchat, which I don't really use anymore, I think having too much of it is just not necessary.
Well, you can still fucking limit yourself. I'm not saying you have to do it. I need to kind of be aware of how all this shit works because of the nature of my job. And as a comedian, I need to be able to fucking put shit out. When I have stuff to put out, I need to be able to distribute that and kind of continue to build the name, the brand.
No,
Jared Lee. You know what I'm saying?
And that I understand. I'm not like knocking forms of social media, but I'm
not saying you're knocking it. I'm saying, yes, it's not for everybody, but there are reasons for people to be on there. And yeah, I definitely still find myself on there way more than I would like to be on there. But I don't know. I think I control it better than some people. I think. I don't know.
some people have a problem with it, and that's
when I'm always reaching for my phone between commercials and shit, that's a kind of an issue. It's like a fucking okay.
yeah,
whatever.
it's right. I'm sure we've talked about it before on this podcast. Is that your addiction to your phone, your brain waves is like equivalent to somebody who's on like heroin or just.
And you're still fucking addicted to it. Your shit, as soon as your shit goes off, you're fucking what's happening? What's happening?
Well, I'm gonna see if my gaming buddies are messaging me. This, that. But you're right.
So
you're
but
right.
that's the same.
No. I agree with you. I have the same
Look,
unfortunate problem.
you just look dead at it too.
Yeah, because my hands, they're like magnets. But no, it's something. So when I'm not going to say anything yet. I'm going to try something here in the near.
Just gonna
next
turn your
couple-
phone off.
Yeah, I am, and I'm going to probably slowly lose my mind for 3 days, and then I'll be okay.
You're just only 3 days.
No, I would like to see how my brain reacts, how I genuinely react to not constantly just scrolling aimlessly.
Just don't take it to work.
Well, I'm gonna have to take it to work if I have to call my family.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
So, but you're right. The downside of at work or any job where you have downtime, it's like, oh yeah, what's going on the internet? You know, just scrolling. Like whether it's mindless reading memes or reading some sports shit that just happened or whatever. You know, there's a wave of information at our fingertips. So,
well,
but
that's
you're
why.
right.
Okay, there you go. All right. That's when you have to turn your notifications off. So it's not. You can control it. I think if you you can control it a little bit better if you turn your notifications off. Like I don't have the only notifications I have turned on. Is Twitch and F1, and I don't even know why I chose to have those on. I think Twitch I could probably turn off at this point because I know whatever streamers I'm watching, I know what time they're going to be on.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to have Twitch tell me that. But it does. Plus, I have their Discord. So if I'm at home and one of the guys goes online and I see the name, I'm like, oh, it's the right time. So-and-so is online right now.
Yeah.
I can go watch his stream or her stream.
Like primetime television, baby.
But
If you will.
so that one I don't need. F1, the season's almost over. I don't really need those notifications. I don't need those notifications anyway because I know when shit's happening. I have this other thing called Multiview where it basically tells me the time. Like I can go to whatever race that week and it'll tell me, all right, watch live or watch replay or whatever time is upcoming this time.
Yeah.
Because with F1, the races could be there because it's all over the world. The times change.
Of course.
Like last week was in Vegas. It was fucking 1:00 in the morning when the race was going on. But this week is going to be 8:00 Sunday, 8 a.m. Sunday.
Now, let me ask you this, just as since I know you're an avid follower of this, does bouncing between different times of racing, does that become, what is the word I'm looking for, like taxing to you at a certain point?
As a viewer?
As a viewer, yeah, like just like, oh man, I know I got to get up like 3 hours earlier than last week, or I got to stay up later.
No, it really depends on where. Like the Vegas one was actually, I think, was the biggest outlier this year, just because it was supposed to be a night race and it's in the United States. So I'm used to it being usually if it's on the other side of the world, it's the next fucking day.
Yeah, already over there and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah.
So for us, it's Sunday. Well, no, I guess it would be Sunday for them, but early Sunday morning for us.
I got you.
There's only a few races that it's early as fuck in the morning or like late at night, like 12 or 1 o'clock. Where I usually they're 8, 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Plus the practices they start on Thursday. Practice 1, practice 2 are Thursday, and then practice 3 and quali is on Friday, unless it's a sprint weekend, which I'm not gonna go deep into that. 'Cause
Right.
that's a lot. But
All right. No, I was just because I know as I know you're gonna hate this, but in recent years as a wrestling fan, a lot of the big major events are still on Sunday nights, but now they do some things on the other side of the world in Saudi Arabia, and it's like, hey, this is on at
yeah,
2 a.m. or not 2 a.m. but 2 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. Just and again, which is a very normal daily time where I'm able to view it if I'm not working.
well, this weekend's race is in Abu Dhabi, which it's going to be a night race, but again, it's a night race. It's only going to be 8:00 a.m. here.
I got you.
But then they have Saudi. Is there Azerbaijan? I forgot. I don't know how to say that. But then there's Saudi.
Listen to the sound of Alatar. All right, go
I
ahead.
don't know what the fuck that was.
That's from Executive Decision.
Yeah, but it was loud.
It was actually kind of menacing. I do not mean what I just said, folks. Can we edit that out? Because it sounds
Nah.
like I'm just screaming death to the infidel kind of thing.
Is that what that meant?
I have no idea, but I just know at the beginning of this film, this guy walks into a restaurant.
Don't
with
scream it again, please.
I'll move my mic back a little bit.
Don't scream it at all. Don't even do that.
He just walks in a trench coat in a very nice restaurant, you know, the ones I don't go
Just
to.
go watch the movie, ladies and gentlemen. You don't need to hear him say it again. Jeez Louise. You just said you didn't want to say it. Now you're going to say it again.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry.
You know what that is?
That's actually something caught in my throat.
That's the vape.
It's not the vape.
It's the vape fucking up your throat.
You know, I have been going through a lot of mental changes in the last several months of my life. And I just want you to know, Mr. Jared Lee Comedy. All right. Notice I didn't use your name. Yeah,
No, wait. Go ahead.
That happy to do this podcast with you.
You could just say Jared Lee. You don't have to say the comedy part.
I don't know. I feel like
Although that is the Instagram, Jared Lee Comedy, and also now TikTok.
Yeah,
Jared
there
Lee
you go.
Comedy on TikTok.
Ooh, you see, he's a funny man. He likes to laugh a lot. But
The fuck?
yeah, well, this is what happens when you just kind of hide your room.
Yeah, I know. Get some life experience.
I have more life experience than anybody ever gives me credit for, and I will take that to my fucking grave.
So you're gonna come to Austin in January then?
You know what? I'm coming to Buc-ee's with you, Jared. We're gonna gas up a rental car, and we're gonna get something with big fucking wheels and spokes. All right?
Why?
Just because I want to be the
I
most.
don't think you can get that from a fucking rental place.
It's Texas. It's America. I'm sure we can.
Nah, we're not doing all that.
We're getting spokes, folks. Right? So,
I'm only gonna probably either go late Saturday or very early Sunday, and then leave probably Wednesday.
and then we're going to go to this gigantic gas station in the sky.
Oh, we gotta take you to Terry Black's to also.
That's fine.
Barbecue place. It's expensive though.
That's fine.
It's very good. It's expensive.
Well, after
I
going.
spent fucking $75 and didn't realize it. I was like, wait a minute. I think you charged me for this person's food.
I'm from Washington.
No, I was like, wait a minute. I didn't do this.
This ain't the fucking White House. You know,
I didn't sign up for this. Like, all I ordered was some fucking brisket and a fucking sausage.
Well, you know what's that sounds $75. God damn, dude! I want them to slaughter that shit in front of me.
They do. I mean, they don't slaughter the fucking animal in
yeah.
front of you, but they cut it up in front of you. It comes straight out of the fucking smoker.
Oh, that sounds awesome, dude. It probably smells great.
The
in there,
sides. Oh, bro, come on, man. It's fucking Terry Black's.
too. Dude. I'd probably just want to sniff the air. As
I didn't
crazy
get
as
a
it
hat,
sounds.
which I should have got a hat because I got this hat from the Comedy Mothership. Terry Black's hats were $10. This shit was fucking $20, $25.
It's a nice hat, though.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cap.
Not a lot of people can say they went to the Comedy Mothership.
The mothership of comedy.
Joe Rogan's Club. He's the owner, by the way.
That's because we're famous on this podcast.
Not yet. When I do the fucking show there, it will be. It's not even on you, so relax.
I hate this.
I'm glad it's not on you because you're doing some wild shit right now.
Well, it's because I've started to realize that in order for us to be successful, Jared, us,
Look,
we
he added an extra us there for a reason.
we have to push the threshold and the boundaries of what make us us.
When I move to Texas, he's gonna be like, "What about us?"
Yeah, and
People have already fucking come at me like, "What do you want to RJ?" I'm like, "RJ can move with me if you just gotta fucking."
he didn't say. Jared was like, either that motherfucker's coming or he ain't. And in the words spoken like a true Texan,
I'm fucking going for my dreams.
and that's the bottom line. All right, sorry. Yeah, I mean, spoken like a true Texan.
Is he from Austin?
He is from Victoria, Texas.
Where the fuck is that?
I think it's several, not too far out of Austin, Texas.
Look it up. Let's look it up.
Yeah, here, yeah. We're talking about the one and only Texas rattlesnake, folks, and probably one of the only
Why
few.
hasn't he been on the Joe Rogan Experience yet?
Do you know what? I have no idea because that would be an incredible podcast.
He's had Ric Flair, The Undertaker,
Kurt Angle was recently on.
Hulk Hogan was on there. Oh, Kurt Angle was on there.
Yeah.
Hulk
His was
Hogan.
really good, dude.
I didn't watch any of them. I kind of fell up like when I stopped driving to work every day. I kind of stopped listening because it was like, bro, it was a fucking hour. God damn, that shit pretty.
Oh man, the Texas Zoo. They probably got like big fucking.
I don't know where this is on the map though.
Here,
Hold on.
scroll up a little bit.
Oh, there's a map right there.
Yeah. So there's Victoria, Texas.
That building
Man.
is fucking beautiful.
Dude, that car is What is that
That's
on the back?
I don't know. That's some Texas shit.
And it looks almost like tumbleweed, like broken up into little.
Hold on, let me
Smaller
see if I can
tumbleweeds.
Scroll. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. So we got the map up. Oh, and he's also had The Rock on. The Rock was on last
Oh yeah, The
week.
Rock was. I've seen clips of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
I have not watched anything yet on that, but his one with Kurt Angle, I listened to. I would say maybe an hour and a half of it. Kurt Angle is a crazy motherfucker, dude.
He's a fucking Olympian, bro. They have to be crazy.
Oh, dude, his story is incredible. To say
Bro,
the least.
I know Olympians. They're the most psycho athletes you'll ever fucking meet.
He was telling Joe basically like when he had unfortunately
Bro,
huge
that's
pain.
as far as fuck from San Antonio or from Austin.
Oh, I was just guessing, dude. I mean, I didn't know. I said a couple hours. I mean, it could be a day away for all I know.
Well, I mean, I don't know. So you see where San Antonio is, right?
Yep, I see it right there.
And then Austin is north. It's like an hour and a half between those two.
Okay, so
Victoria, I don't have a pointer that anybody can see. I don't know if they can see the pointer over there.
I would say maybe that's a 3.5 hour drive.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, or I would say that looks about right. Just
That
judging-
little spot, everybody watching, that little spot to the top left corner of RJ on the screen, that's where Victoria is. So yeah, that's quite a ways, even from San Antonio.
All right, so it's just kind of out on its little own. Like,
For some reason, I thought San Antonio was north, but it's south.
well, if it tells you anything, Texas is fucking huge, dude.
Oh no, I know. Trust me. I used to live in Houston, and I never thought about going to fucking San Antonio or Austin or Victoria.
And it's crazy that you say that because if you're looking at the map, it doesn't look terrible. Like and we're just gauging, but dude, that
See if I
Houston,
can close this. Fucking
yeah. So that Houston to San Antonio drive. So you said you lived there. How long is that? Like a 5-hour drive or something like that?
What, from Houston to San Antonio?
to-
I don't know. I never did it.
Oh, okay.
That's what. But my point was, I used to live in Houston, but I never even thought of going anywhere. Like I used to hear people talk about Corpus Christi, which is way down at the bottom right there.
Okay.
And like I knew people who were from Corpus Christi, and like that's like a beach town area. But I never went there because that shit's far.
How far is Dallas from all this?
Dallas
Just
is up north.
up north.
Maybe 2 hours.
No, I was just gauging the map.
2 hours
and
from
all.
Austin, I mean.
Okay. Oh man, damn, Texas is big as fuck, dude. And look, you're still scrolling up, and
Yeah.
we still haven't seen Dallas yet. That's pretty wild, dude. Geography is pretty
Yeah,
wild.
there's that. Yo, so my bad. Dallas is way farther than I thought it was.
Looks
Yeah,
like
you
it.
got to go through Waco to get to Dallas Fort Worth.
Dude, I think me and you should just become cowboys, not the team. And then just live in the
Fuck
desert.
no. Wait, what are you looking at? What did you say? It's 2 hours, 7 minutes to where? And then 3 hours from San Antonio to Houston. Yeah, so that's kind of what I figured. And I think Dallas is 5 hours to Austin.
Okay. Well, regardless, we're gonna get hats. We're gonna get boots. We're gonna get. I wouldn't say skin tight jeans.
Bro, everything you're talking about is expensive as fuck.
Yeah, I believe it is.
So you better come with some money because I'm not buying no hats, no boots.
Well, I've got a hat and I've got some Timbs, but I know they're not cowboy boots.
Nah, well, no, you don't got to wear that shit. Only tourists wear that shit.
I just want to go and get what is it from Dumb and Dumber when Jim Carrey or was it Jeff Daniels had?
Oh,
the
2 hours and 7 minutes from San Antonio to Victoria.
He had the giant gallon the hat on, dude.
What is this?
From Dumb and Dumber. Do you
Oh,
remember?
yeah.
That
Yeah,
giant
you
cowboy.
don't need all that shit. I looked. I was gonna buy one in Buc-ee's, and I was like, do I really want to spend $100 on a fucking cowboy hat from a gas station? I was just like, nah, I'm good.
$100 is quite a lot for a hat.
I mean, it was like $75 to $100.
Yeah, I mean, put it this
I
way.
mean, a cowboy's hat, real cowboy hats are cool. I'm not gonna be wearing it all the time. I just don't think it'd be worth me. The kind of hat that I would want is the flat brimmed one, like Gary Clark Jr. wears. Let me look that up.
I know what you're talking about too. Those are actually very nice hats.
Yeah, it looks like a regular hat, but it's just a flat brim.
Folks, if you were a tourist or if you were a cowboy, yeehaw, would you wear a hat?
You ask the weirdest questions sometimes.
Well, I just want to know if somebody'd wear a hat.
No one ever answers your questions.
That's what you think.
They don't answer them in the comments. I'll tell you that.
Because they're talking to you, Jared.
Not in the chat. I'm talking about the comments on YouTube.
For the commenters on YouTube, would you wear a 5-gallon gigantic novelty hat to show your enthusiasm as a tourist for America?
What was I looking at? Oh, Gary Clark Jr.
Gary Clark Jr., we're going to look at this brimmed hat.
Who has a fucking
Oh,
club.
it's-
He has a club in...
It's even in the thumbnail.
No, it's not the one. It's
Oh.
this one.
Yeah, that one's nice, dude. That one's really nice, actually.
Switch to the fucking thing real quick.
Damn, I feel like I'm going to have to learn how to play the guitar.
I have one. It's pretty hard.
I believe
You
it.
got to practice a lot.
Do you know what my sister told me? So
Anybody who doesn't know who Gary Clark Jr. is, by the way, B-Sass guitars. He does anything from what is it? Blues to rock and roll to folk, country. He's a beast.
And anybody that knows me knows I love some bluegrass.
You don't know nothing about no Gary Clark Jr.
Anyway,
He don't play
no.
I put you onto what was it, Colton Smith? What was his name? What was the guy that I told you about? Was that his name?
Recently,
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Because Smith. That couldn't have been Smith.
Are you talking about
The song that I sent. Fuck, what's the name? It'll come up.
or is it the one that you posted not too long ago?
No. Fuck, man. Keep going, RJ.
I'm watching you spell.
Don't watch me spell. Fucking talk.
ABC. No.
Colton Wall. That's his
no.
name.
This
This is another one, y'all. Like, y'all got to fucking check this young man out. He is a fucking beast.
Is this the guy that you were like, he's only 28 years old?
No, he's younger than that.
Okay, but he sounds like he's our
Oh
grandfather.
yeah, he's 28 now. But when he first that song that I sent you, damn, I can't remember the name of it. My fucking brain. I didn't get my alpha brain in. But anyway, the song that I sent you was like, basically he murdered his wife or whatever. He did that song. He was like 21.
So let me ask you this, since we're on the subject of country music, something that I think
Y'all need to be on that Colton Wall, Gary Clark Jr. By the way, I'm just saying.
when it comes to country music, it is obviously not my go-to genre. I don't even know what mine would be. But in recent years, I've kind of taken more of a liking to some of the more current guys and some of the older stuff. I know they recently had the Country Music Awards.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah. I know. I don't care about it either. I could give two shits about it. But just from people's responses, a lot of people who are country fans, like big country fans, are like, oh, hey, man, this new country music is fucking garbage. It's just people dressing up in fancy outfits with an accent.
I tell you what, look, it is not. I've never been a country music fan. I think the reason why, because I've kind of gotten more into it recently.
Yeah.
Especially once I found him. I was already into Gary Clark Jr. for a while. And a couple other people, because I like blues. And a lot of blues, like especially you're on streaming services, they'll start playing other artists that sound similar.
Yeah.
So they'll get into like bluegrass, and then it'll end up being country. Like sometimes I put in Zeppelin or Jimi Hendrix, and it turns into blues, and then bluegrass, and then it's just like this cycle of all the same type of music.
And it's funny you say that. I think that's kind of how I found some of the shit that I listen to sometimes.
All right, let me finish what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So, because of that, I've gotten more into country music, but I don't like the poppy shit. Like anything that's gonna be on the Country Music Awards, I'm not fucking with. Like that shit is that's like listening to fucking Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna listen to that shit. Actually, I saw somebody put a tweet that I think it was a joking tweet because they were worried about the Swifties coming after him. But fuck that bitch. Not that I'm not calling her a bitch just to call her a bitch, but I could care less about Taylor Swift. I think her music is mid.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm using the word mid as a fucking.
Yeah. Showing our age here
Her
on
shit-
the podcast.
Her shit's mid. There's plenty of other artists out there who have better music than her that aren't as famous.
Yeah.
I could give you my reasons why I think she has blown up the way she has, but I'm not gonna get into all that.
Yeah.
And this whole fucking Travis Kelce shit, that fucking did more too. But her shit ain't all that. Yeah, I get it. She's a great songwriter. So's Neo.
Yeah.
But nobody's talking about him like that. So's fucking Usher. He's a
Yeah.
great songwriter. There's a bunch of great songwriters,
Mhm.
but nobody's fucking on their nuts like they're on her nuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, her level of fandom, I think, only rivals like that of like Beyonce, dude.
No, Taylor Swift, I think, is probably more popular than Beyonce.
No, and then I was actually about to agree with your statement or just say the same thing. I think so too.
But anyway, I want to get back to the country shit.
So
So wait, I'm not done. I wasn't
All right,
done. My
all
bad.
right.
You've been talking a lot. The whole gaming shit, you were talking a lot. Now let me talk about a little bit of music, okay?
Okay, my God.
So there you go. Nobody can see you again.
damn it, I'm gonna get it.
So fucking yeah. So yeah, I listen to a lot of music that a lot of people aren't gonna. Actually, you know what I got on this week? Because there's this chick that I found on TikTok. She's a very cute young lady, and she sings. She was singing a song. She was like, "Yeah, this song was written in 1939 or 38," and blah blah blah. She just fucking goes off. Her name is Stella Cole,
All right.
and I'll look her up in a second. And I was like, she reminds me of somebody. And then I looked up the song she was singing because she put the background on it. It ended up being Billie Holiday.
Oh, that's dope, dude.
And I was like, oh, that's why her voice reminds me of Billie Holiday. So I was on some Billie Holiday shit the last like 3 or 4 days just listening to Billie Holiday. I'm like, bro, we have forgotten about some of the greatest musicians and singers of all time.
I agree.
Just because everybody wants to put out the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Instead of digging deep. But
I'm-
I don't know. Right now, I'm on some Billie Holiday, some fucking Louis Armstrong type shit. I don't know. Let me look up Stella Cole, though.
I'm actually a huge fan. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I am a big Otis Redding fan. Huge Otis Redding fan. But I agree with you, Jared, when and it's probably going to be like this for the duration of our lifetime, where, you know, something that is popular is obviously going to overshadow musically or in any other category of entertainment. Kind of some of the more stellar artists that are out there, and even though they're not putting out, you know, the things that are rotational in the airwaves on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, I know.
thing.
I think you're missing my point. My point is, unless you dig, you're not going to find anything new. I mean, anything. You're not going to find new music if you don't look for new music, if that makes sense.
No, I agree.
There's actually a couple of jazz musicians that I have the tab open on my other computer that I still have yet to check out, but they're real young. Like one dude's like 17, the other girl's like 20 or some shit.
Yeah.
And I heard them from another podcast that I was watching, and I was like, oh, if these motherfuckers are fucking with them, because it was like they were on like a show with Nas or something.
Hey, dude, if you're on a show with Nas, I think
Exactly.
you're doing pretty well.
It was like Nas and somebody else, and then they had this other jazz musician. He was a piano player, and
That's dope.
I forgot his name, but like I was like, oh shit, I'm fucking falling behind. I need to keep up with some of this shit. But again, like this chick, Stella Cole, man. If you listen to her shit, you would be thinking she was from the 30s. Like
Right.
her voice is fucking like an angel, dog.
I'm gonna smoke one and I'm gonna listen to this. Shit.
Oh, bro, her new. I guess her new Christmas thing is called Christmas Dreaming or something. Just came out.
And I'm so glad that we're kind of talking about this, because I was talking to my sister a couple days ago, who awesome celebrated her birthday. Happy birthday, little one. And she was like, hey, this, and that. And we were talking, and then we ended up kind of talking about music. And I was like, sometimes I wish I still played the saxophone, you know.
I was thinking about the trumpet the other day.
Yeah.
I used to play the trumpet.
And I was telling her, I was like, because music like that to me, because I've always been a fan of the blues and just think like it's just because it's like kind of going to what you were saying with the country music, it's just raw. It comes from, in here, the gut, so to speak. So I've always been a very, very big fan of that stuff. And my sister just looked at me and she said, well, why don't you just play the saxophone again? And then I was staring at her, and I was staring at her like how I stare at you, and I was just like, hey, you sound like Jared.
She said that to you?
Yeah, she said, why don't you just go play again?
Go fucking buy one.
And she was like, dude, you can go to all these little pubs where they play, and she's like, musicians are dope. And
there's open music open mics all the time.
Yeah, and then she was like, you can wear one of those little hats. And I was like, I don't know if I'm going to buy one of those little hats.
First, get you a fucking saxophone and start practicing before you start playing gigs, motherfucker.
Yeah, don't worry. No, but then I really thought about it. Like, look, man, I'm 35. Why not?
No shit.
Yeah, why not?
What you sounded like your sister sounded like me. It was like, no shit, why not, bro? You're not fucking dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand when people be like, oh, I don't think I can do it. I think I'm too old. Like, fuck that, bro.
No, but the thing
you
is,
only here for a finite amount of time. And if you fucking keep telling yourself you can't do some shit, then guess what? The rest of us are going to do it for you. That's all I'm going to say about that shit. I thought about getting the trumpet the other day. I was like, nope, but let me relax. I played trumpet in elementary school. Let me relax. I have this guitar sitting right here. I don't need to go out and buy another instrument that's just going to collect dust because I'm not fucking practicing this one. You know what I'm saying?
No, but the thing is that.
But I can send you to a place where you can. There's this place in Springfield that
I know exactly where.
That's where I get where I got my picks, and I need to get some new strings. My strings are getting old.
No, but it was funny because when she said it, I had not remotely once
thought about going back to it.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan of it. I was like,
didn't I tell you something recently? I was like, you need to find another creative outlet. Didn't I tell you that recently?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty
sworn
sure.
I said that.
And it's weird, and I didn't want to not go back to it because I didn't think I was good at it. I just never even really thought about it. And she was just like, why don't you just do it? And I was just like, I was like, well, I don't know. She was like, well, I was pretty good at it. Obviously being younger, I would have to relearn a couple of things.
Well, there you go. But don't do shows, motherfucker. Fucking start practicing before you do shows.
Dude, I'm not going to go out there and go like, womp, 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 womp.
Yeah, I think you should. I mean, I can give you. I'm sure Guitar
Jared,
Center.
could you pull up
I knew you were
an
gonna say
alto
that. Well,
saxophone?
Yeah, I wanted to get to what Epic was talking about. He's saying,
oh yeah, sure.
Brandon Coleman is gonna be big. I've never heard of him. I will look him up though. He looks like he's playing piano and fucking guitar. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to look this dude up. So I'm gonna keep that up so I can have that for later. And what was it? And he said Red Clay Strays are epic. Let's see.
All right, so Jared's pulling that up. So, folks, I think I'm gonna go buy a saxophone.
I'll look it up in a second. Give me a second.
Get me some reeds.
Oh, they're on tour.
Ooh, the Red Clay Strays. All right, I do like groups, especially if they're good.
I'm not. I like groups, but I think I'm more into
there's a lot
musicians. There's a few of them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to save this for later because I don't know who any of these are.
So, since Epic is here, so buddy.
Oh, he said definitely not the same dude. Well, either way, he still look. I'll look up the other one too.
So we were looking at a complete random guy.
Or send it to me.
That's kind of funny because that guy looked legit.
Well, it said when I pulled it up, it said Brandon Coleman, musician. So that's why I thought it was him.
I got you. So Epic, buddy. So yesterday I'm at work, and this lady's
alto sax.
Yeah, this lady's coming to check her, get her invoice and get her car and go. And so she's like, "Hey, I'm picking up." I said, "What's your last name?" Blah blah blah. Got her paperwork, walked her to the car. She asked me a couple of questions, and she's got Virginia license plates on this car. Obviously, we live in Virginia, and she had said something, and I was like, "Oh man, that sounds like you're from up north." She's like, "Oh, I'm from Wisconsin," and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, my friend from Appleton was just here, and then we kind of talked a little bit, and she was like, "How'd you meet him?" And then that's when I get like really like just not embarrassed, but I'm like, "Yeah, we were playing Halo,
Well, you could just say I met him online playing video games.
I did. That's how I do it. But I also throw in Halo because it's great. Don't
have
let
to do
anybody tell you differently.
She probably was like, "What is Halo?"
Yeah, and then she was probably like, "Why am I still talking to this guy?"
Yeah, because you mentioned fucking Halo, you fucking loser.
Yeah, there we go. But then she was like, I've done this. And then she said, I worked in pizza for like 3 years. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I did too.
Did you get her number?
No, I did not.
Of course not.
Because I'm not a creep, dude.
What the fuck? What do you mean you're not a creep?
Hey, thanks for coming to get your oil change. Give me your digits.
Huh?
No, I probably could have if I really wanted to. But it wasn't even that type of interaction. It really wasn't.
Somebody help this guy.
This is the way.
All right. Fuck you, Jared. So anyway, I just wanted to share that small story that I ran into another Wisconsin Indian or whatever it is, and I was like,
Wisconsin
I know somebody.
Indian, they're called indigenous people. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah, we were talking about the wharf earlier.
All right, let's yeah, oh yeah, how they delivered slaves in there. Yeah,
That's what you were saying. I didn't even know.
no. There's actually a
Should probably quit
a
drinking.
marker. Yeah, you probably should. There's actually a marker on the pier. Like if you go out on the pier at the new wharf, they'll tell you like blah blah blah. These slaves came to this port and this that other thing.
Now eat your $50 expensive crab legs.
I don't. Well, it's not the same as it was.
Alto saxophone. So we've got
let me go to
a
this.
few different color combinations on there.
You don't need no colors. Just get a fucking gold one.
I'm gonna get a gold one, but I do like some of those. That
Guitar
blue one-
Center, they have one for $550. There you go.
Man, that's a nice sax.
Then there's what is that? Music.
Jared,
Musician
could you
Friday.
enhance the blue one though? I do just want to see the detail on it. It's pretty cool looking. It reminds me of Aladdin for some reason. It reminds me of the genie,
If
like
you
Genie
fucking
Blue.
get this, I'll be fucking upset with you.
Dude, no, I would only get something like that honestly if I was famous.
Ugh, that's horrible.
Yeah, what's the design on it? I don't.
That's
yeah.
horrible, bro. Just get a regular gold one. You don't need all that. You're practicing. You act like you about to go fucking be Kenny G out this motherfucker.
It's a good person to look up to.
Trying to fucking get to the fucking.
All right, folks.
Arrow.
I'm gonna play the saxophone, and then for Christmas, I'm gonna.
Bro,
play,
you just said you weren't gonna drink anymore.
I'm just putting a little in there.
Sure.
Well, it's gonna be my last one for the night because I have to kill zombies. 50,000 for 30 gamer score. Pretty terrible.
What the fuck? See,
Ooh.
decline offer. I didn't want that. There you go.
Oh, and they have a sale on it too. So $239, so $240. Student series alto saxophone. What's that? Dude, damn, the normal price on that. That shit's like cut in half, dude.
Because they're probably not selling them motherfuckers.
I mean, when you think of instruments like this or the
Well,
trumpet,
I was looking at trumpets the other day. I
Yeah.
thought they were gonna be more because my mom got me this old beat up rented one.
Thanks, Mom. It's still got the guy's butt dust in it.
Bro, it was not taken care of.
Jared got the one from the attic, dude.
I think it was from my cousin, he was an older cousin. I think he got that from his school. Like he was a principal of a school in Alexandria.
That's pretty dope, dude.
And I think he got it from there. It was like just an old one that they had left over. I don't even know what happened to that trumpet, to be honest.
My dad played the trumpet. But I look at instruments like
My
this.
cousin also played the trumpet. I think because I played it, she played it.
You know, I know this stuff is obviously popular in elementary school, and that's when they try to teach you different, woodwinds and the violin and just different sorts of
I don't
string
even know
percussion.
I don't even know if they still have music in school anymore, to be honest. I know they have band in like high school, but I don't know about elementary school.
That's a shame.
I mean, art in general is going away. No art, like drama.
There's no They want you to be. They want these kids to be robots, man.
I mean, they've always wanted them to be robots.
I just that really disappoints me, man.
I mean, it depends. Well, if you're, again, a lot of people need a creative outlet. Some people don't have it, and I think that is what leads to a lot of mental illness: is not having a way to creatively get that shit out of you, whether it be martial arts or comedy or painting or just whatever. Like that is what gets the shit from here out of here.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's like you're painting some fucking wild ass shit, at least it's not in here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If it's out of, or you're writing something, at least it's not stuck in here. Because if it's stuck in here, that's a problem.
I agree.
That's
Jared.
why I told you should fucking write more. Because you get, even if you just fucking write nonsense, man, just fucking put it on the piece of paper. It's at least it's not here anymore.
Yeah.
And then like I've done that a few times, like just as a writing exercise. It was like you know what? I'm fucking feeling fucked up right now. I'm just gonna fucking write it out and just write it, no matter what it is. And I probably won't ever go back to it. And if I do go back to it, I'm like, God damn, I was on some shit back at that point. You know what I'm saying? But at least you know that you can recognize, all right, I am in a better place than I was at this point. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a mile marker.
Jared, you know what? I think you're right. I
I'm
know
always
you're
right. I'm always right.
I don't know about all that, but that's okay.
They still have music. They do. My sister and her husband are music teachers. Oh, that's cool. Shit, that's dope as hell.
Who's sister?
Epic.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The saxophone comes with a pack of cigarettes.
I mean, I think there's a lot of funny references you can make there. But with just instruments in general, the saxophone, the trumpet, the clarinet, the flute, just the basic band instruments that you kind of.
Since you brought up flute, keep going. But I want.
Oh yeah, I want to talk about that too.
Oh, let's go!
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one.
No. Don't worry. It's not every day that we are gifted with something like that. So,
bro, this dude is so stupid.
So, shut up, whoever it is.
You know who it is.
I know exactly who it is. Don't you worry.
Not who you think it is, but it's
Well,
another who you think it is.
It doesn't matter. It's Spectrum Abroad.
Yeah,
All right. It's like I've got plenty to pick from. But this stuff, you're right. It's not common anymore. You don't really see it, And so you would think like, oh, hey, it's kind of not dated, but it's. I would think they would be like a little cheaper.
You don't go anywhere. Well, I don't want to say that. You don't seek it out. People are still playing all this shit. You just don't seek it out in a normal way. Everything is so electronic and fucking. Oh, where's my aux cord? Or where's my fucking Bluetooth or some shit like that? Like, so you don't ever actually see the live music. Again, another plus. Shit, I'm in the wrong fucking window. But another plus of Austin. Go to 6th Street any night. There's live music playing. Like on random fucking bars. There's one bar is a piano bar. Dude just going.
I actually appreciate street music a lot, dude.
No. They're inside the bar.
Oh, they're inside. Okay.
But they're fucking playing their asses off. Like we saw there's one band. Like the first bar we went into, dude was fucking rocking his ass off, and I told Bobby B, I was like, once he started sweating and shit, I was like, this motherfucker looks like Gollum. And he looked at him, he was like, busted out laughing.
Man,
he was like, he does. But he was fucking rocking his ass off.
Precious.
Bro, he was rocking. Then he took his shirt off. I'm like, all right, bro. Now you really look like Gollum.
Dude, hey, man, he was feeling it. I mean, let the guy
I
do
wish
his
I
thing.
remembered his fucking Instagram.
No, but the art of music is you know what? This is what we're gonna do.
Don't forget about xylophones, bro.
No. What the fuck? I'd fuck a xylophone up.
That's my.
Oh man,
that was my shit.
You want
Everybody wanted to play the xylophones, but they never. The music teacher would always be like, "No," because I think they knew that everybody wanted to fucking fuck with that
Yeah,
shit.
well, and I think if you're a member of Fairfax County or any surrounding county,
I'm not talking about any county. I'm just talking about when I was at elementary school. It doesn't matter what county I was in.
I think a lot of people's first instrument was the recorder.
Well, yeah, you had to be. That's everywhere.
Yeah.
That's a Virginia thing. I don't think that's a county thing.
But I remember how excited I was to get my recorder, man.
Thanks for narrowing down where we are. But keep going. Keep
The
going.
views of RJ are not the views of...
Keep going. That doesn't make any sense now.
No, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, but I remember getting my recorder in the 3rd grade, 2nd or 3rd grade. And it came in the little sachet, the little bag. And
Sleeve.
I guess that's the appropriate term for it.
Yeah.
I call it the sachet bag. That's what I'm going to
It
call it.
wasn't that big.
That's the name of this episode, sachet bag. All right.
No, there's a comedian named Paris Sachet. She's a funny woman, but we're not gonna name her that.
All right. So, but I remember when you got it, you could get your name engraved into the back of it and everything. And the first thing we learned how to play, I think, was hot cross buns. That
Was the first thing I learned on the trumpet,
and
then the recorder later on.
because I think it's one of the more basic songs that teaches you all the different. Yeah, it's hot cross buns, man, dude. That's the name of this episode. Hot cross buns.
No, I think we've done that before.
Have we?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Maybe, but well,
When Greg was
200
here.
Yeah, when 209 episodes creep up on you, you just run out of ideas.
No, we
Psych.
don't run out of ideas. No, I'm pretty sure that yeah, I'm pretty sure we did that. Anyway,
But I remember getting it. I remember learning how to play it, and I remember when I got to the 5th grade, and they were like, "Hey, you can sign up for band this year."
keep going. I got to get this man his points because
And so I'm in the 5th grade. So just a little briefness. In the 4th grade is when you could start taking strings. The cello, the violin, all that good stuff. I've always found violins slightly boring. I enjoy them a lot more now.
oh no, people who can play with violin though they get much props.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I agree 100% with Jared. Just not my thing. But when I got into the 5th grade, and they're like, "Hey man, you can sign up for band." They were like, "What do you want to play?" And 95% of people always went with the clarinet. Everybody always wanted to play the clarinet. You're going to have the small group of kids that have a trumpet or a flute or even percussions. And then you had me and my 2 buddies who played the saxophone. But I remember getting my saxophone, opening up the case and my first read and opening up my music book and messing with it. Making music is fucking cool, dude, because music has no boundary. It is just whatever comes out of you. That's what makes it awesome.
Well, no, there's boundaries.
And
I'll figure out this fucking point shit later.
now, when you say there's boundaries, do you mean like in terms of sound?
Yeah, it's music is math.
Well, yeah. I mean, I agree with that.
Swallow your fucking shit. I hate when you do that shit.
Well, I just can't help
You
it.
look like a fucking chipmunk.
They call me Chippy, the chipmunk. They do not. No, but you're right. It's math. But at the same time, like when you're first like messing with it as a kid or even as an adult, whatever, and you're just making sounds come out, and then you make your own sounds, and then you kind of
you wanted to sound good.
Yeah, no,
You know,
nobody wants it to sound like trash.
Like I'll be
I
playing
agree.
my guitar and I'll hit a couple fucking joints and then I'll be like, fuck, I fucked that up.
Yeah.
And then I gotta start over again. But yeah, you're right. It does sound good when you're actually like play some shit and it sounds good, but the amount of practice that it takes is fucking crazy.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have to. I would especially think with a guitar of all instruments.
All of them, man.
But you have to really dedicate. If you want to be really good at anything, you have to dedicate yourself to it. And music and instruments are no exception. You just don't pick one up and you're good at it. I mean, that's very rare that happens. I mean, that's people like Jimi Hendrix and people like
He still had to pick. He had to fucking figure it out at some point.
Yeah, and you just pick it up, and some people just naturally have it. Some people that takes them a little while. Some people don't have it at all. But being good at anything requires an immense amount of dedication, especially if you're trying to make people feel something. Oh man, that's like a really tall order. Whether it's through comedy, musically, or well, actually,
What are you pointing at me for?
I don't know, because comedy, because you're
Comedy, but
you make people.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out this point shit.
It's all right, Jared. You're allowed to figure out math and science
Not
because
math.
well, it's got to be something. It's got to be something close
trying
to.
to find the fucking pole or the.
Oh man, excuse me, folks. I'm taking a breath. Yeah, that's the good stuff. But when you play music, you have to play it with a passion. And when you have a passion, whether you're old or young and old, you're going to try to be creative. And as you get older, you might grow into different creative outlets. And I think that's what Jared was kind of hinting at. Because recently, in the last week or so, a very, very famous rapper, part of one of the most iconic duos in the history of hip-hop, Andre 3000, 3 Stacks, came out with his first solo album. People, and for anybody that knows hip-hop or rap and just knows their music in general, knows what that gentleman can do when it comes to rapping a verse. He's great all the time. Like, there's never been a verse that guy has rapped that I have not liked. Some I might like more than others, but the guy's a fucking genius. And so we hear this album's coming out, and he's just playing the flute.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, and you know what? I was like, I like that. Because if you watch a recent interview with him,
well, that was after the album was announced. You're talking about the GQ interview?
I believe it's a GQ interview where
Yeah.
he's just basically talking about like, hey man, I'm getting older, me rapping. What am I really going to rap about?
No. I don't think, I know what he was saying, but I don't think that's what he meant, because there was another part where he was just saying, he was like, he just doesn't have a rap in him at the moment. And I get it. I think it's just because where he is, this dude is a musician through and through. He proved that to us a long time ago.
Oh yeah, I know.
Hey Ya and all that shit. And when they did the 2 separate albums, like, you could tell. So he's a musician through and through.
Absolutely.
Just like Prince. But Prince was known for rocking on the guitar and doing rock and roll shit, but he was known for more than that. He could play the piano. He could do all this other shit. And I think what happens is people kind of misinterpret the fact that, I'm a great rapper, but then at the same time I can't be a great musician at the same time.
No, and I agree with that.
Hold on, because you've been pontificating for a minute. Yes, I use pontificating. I think the other thing is, I want to say this without making it a thing that I'm trying not to make it. Anyway, I think certain people, again, expect something just because this is what they love about this person, but they don't allow the person to be who they are. Does that make sense?
It makes 100% sense. That's kind of what I was getting at.
Okay.
But
hold on, I'm not done yet. On top of that, what people don't realize, and I posted something on Facebook about this, and nobody responded to it because there was a lot of hate being spewed negatively toward Andre 3000.
there was unnecessarily too.
And they were, he's playing the flute, he's not giving us raps, and he's not blah, 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 and all the memes that were going through. And this, I'm like, all right. So I started to take offense to it because, again, I'm a person who likes to let my creativity out, whether it works or not. Hey, fuck it. People are going to judge me regardless of however my shit comes out. I might be at home fucking buzzing one night and feel like thinking this shit, some brilliant shit that I'm about to fucking record and put out to the world. I think it's the funniest shit, but no, it might not. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's still my shit.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the fact that so many people were judging him who don't have an inkling of the talent that he has kind of fucking tilted me the wrong way. And so that's why I posted what I posted. I was like, you non-talent having motherfuckers out here posting shit. And first of all, you probably haven't even heard the album. And you're fucking talking shit just because he ain't rapping for you. Fuck you. He ain't doing this shit for you. He's doing it for fucking himself. He's doing it like, yeah, of course he wants people to receive it great, nicely, because he's an artist, and artists are looking for people to appreciate their shit. But again, if you ain't fucking doing nothing, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, because with the music that we're accustomed to him making, and obviously the little bit of the 180 with the new solo album, I, like you, we've essentially grown up with this guy. All right, in his music and his style and his groundbreaking ability to produce hit after hit.
And this better be in the description too, by the way.
Oh yeah, I got you, brother.
Okay,
I got you, brother. It's all good.
'Cause I need some people to hold on. I need some people to hear what I'm saying today.
And but when I saw kind of the obvious from people, the people are like, oh, it's not what they wanted. It's like, you know what, man, that guy doesn't really have to do anything for us. I think he's just doing it because he likes to.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to decipher. And whether you like it or not, I've only heard 2 songs off of it, or 2.
I listened to pretty much all of it.
I thought it was pretty dope.
Yeah.
And as somebody who used to rap, I know, like, insert any joke you want to, which is fine.
All of them.
There's a lot.
I am smart.
Yeah. There is nothing like riding around in your own car, whether you smoke a blunt or not, and you're just riding down the highway, and you just have a beat on. Whether it's an instrumental, a guitar solo, a flute solo, a saxophone solo, a trumpet solo. And if it sounds good, you're going to vibe with it.
Yeah.
It's that simple. Now, if it's not your taste, okay. Oh, Tom Brady went to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady also won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yo, this is a fucking complete circle from a couple years ago on your ass.
Yeah.
But see, that's what happens when you hang around me. Now you're understanding what I'm talking about sometimes.
No,
you got to sacrifice shit to get to where you want to be. That's number one. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm cooking right now. Let them cook.
Thanksgiving's over.
As the kids say, let them cook.
We're cooking. That's the name of this episode.
Also, the other part of my Facebook post. Well, I fucking said I definitely called some people out. Whoever, they knew who I was talking to. I was like, talent motherfuckers out here talking shit, and you didn't even know you were listening to him for the last fucking few years. And then I fucking posted a video of Mask Off.
Yeah.
What was that? A Future's Mask Off.
An incredible beat, by the way, folks.
And guess who's playing the flute on that motherfucker?
That's right.
Jokes
on
fucking
you,
dummies.
motherfuckers.
You stupid motherfuckers.
Think about how many remixes, how many just random freestyles from guys standing on a corner somewhere went off on that beat. And that beat is probably one of the toughest beats in recent memory, dude.
And if you notice in the video that I posted, there's a masked person holding a flute. Like at one point, he's out the window of the car, and there's a couple other spots, but there's a masked person holding a flute. Guess who that was?
Surprise, motherfuckers. Yeah, it's kind of funny how that happens.
Some fries, motherfuckers.
Heart eyes, motherfuckers.
Despise, motherfuckers.
Damn. Damn, fuck. He had another one, too. I think he said disguise or... I know you're going to hate it, but I'm glad we have that. No, but seriously, when somebody who is... you as a person already hold up here...
And you going to shit on them right there?
Yeah, come on. You can't do that. It's just... now,
it's one thing to hate on Drake, but... Don't fucking hate on Andre.
It's fun. It's funny you said that. So I stopped by Tortuga Verde the night before Thanksgiving. As most people know, it's the quote unquote busiest bar night of the year because people were coming into town, visiting family.
We know what it is.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah. But it was a trivia night, and the second question this guy asked, and I know you go there.
Oh, you went on Wednesday. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
I need to bring that joke back. Fuck.
He basically was like, hey, the categories are going to be history, music, and then something else.
Yeah, they announced the categories for each section, but yeah, go ahead. And music was whatever one.
And this guy, he probably spoke 5 words out of whatever the clue was, and I was like, oh, it's Drake. And he was basically, what Canadian musician? And I was
Drake.
like, yeah. I was like, I was like, there's no other.
Yeah.
Unless it's fucking Justin
Sometimes,
Bieber, dude.
Well, Bieber's not from Canada.
He's Canadian. He's very Canadian.
No, he's not.
Justin Bieber is.
Oh, Bieber.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of fucking Timberlake. Never mind.
Oh, no. Absolutely. Oh, God, no. If I said that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, but that's the thing with trivia. Sometimes it is that easy where you just know because you just know that it's context clues.
Yeah.
A lot of it. That's why like it's hard playing with certain people. Like we're into trivia.
Yeah.
And some people are gonna get their feelings hurt. But it's hard playing with
Some
certain
people are
people because they don't. No, I'm talking about people who watch this
Oh.
and play with me when I go to trivia
shit.
night.
Jared's over there insulting people.
No, I'm not insulting anybody, but there's certain people that I fucking play with that it's like, bro, you didn't listen to anything they just said.
I could see that.
Bro, and I'm like, that's not what the fuck. And then if you just listen to the question, you get the context clues of what, and you may not know exactly everything because some shit is like the different categories, like geography and history. I suck at history. I'm okay at geography. Science, I'm pretty good at, unless they start talking about chemical breakdowns and names of shit. But,
So go ahead and finish, and then I'll get to my next
but
one.
there's certain shit that is like pop culture, and there'll be like certain shows. Sometimes I'm like, I don't watch that fucking show. That's the whitest show ever. What was the name of the coffee shop in fucking Friends? I don't fucking know. I don't watch Friends.
Oh my God, that gives me another point. So the 2 questions that followed this one.
Oh, you're gonna start coming out on Wednesday.
Yeah. The 2 questions that followed this one, whether it was a question after the fact, the one, I was doing my best to make you proud because he brought up the periodic table. And he said,
That's a hard one. If you don't know it, then it'd be hard.
I actually knew 2
Wait,
of the
what was,
3.
what was the question?
The question was, with these 3 elements and their periodic symbols, the 2 letters that abbreviate.
Yeah, I know what the symbols are. Yes.
What word do you get out of these 3 symbols? And
Wait, so they gave you the elements and you had to figure out the word?
yeah, they just gave you the
Oh,
elements.
that's tough.
And I almost had it. Okay, I was off by a letter. I thought something was enunciated one way, but it was spelled another. And I can't. Please forgive me. I can't remember the elements because they were a little more complex. They weren't something like helium, like common ones that we would know.
Those are like boron and fucking
It was. Oh man, dude.
aluminum, uranium,
Aluminum was one of them. Lithium was another one, which is kind of common.
Li.
Li. So
Aluminum's
or it was something.
AI.
So anyway, when he first said it, he was like, "What 6-letter word does this spell out?" And I thought about it for 15 seconds, and I was
You
like,
good with those 6-letter words?
He was, and I was like, "Oh, I know what it is." And everybody's looking at it. I was like, "It's planets," right? I was like, "It's planets," based off of what he had said. Planets is plural, but it's still a 6-letter word. Okay, the word was actually points. Okay, because
So platinum, you
So
thought something was platinum.
One of the ones I got, the way he enunciated it,
Plutonium,
I think that might have been it.
PI.
Yes,
Let's look it up real quick.
it was one. There was one where I thought it was P.
So y'all needed me that night, huh?
Yeah, so I thought it was PA, but it was PO, and God, for the life of me, obviously there were a few drinks
Oh,
involved.
PO. All right, hold on. Well, that's what they get you too. Like,
Yeah, so I was a little disappointed, but I felt like out of everybody I was sitting with, I was the closest to it because
Dan
nobody
was
had a
there.
clue.
Well, Dan doesn't know shit about fucking. Not saying he doesn't know shit, but he doesn't know.
So once
periodic table. shit.
once this question was over, I was like, "Fuck!" And
Or
I was like,
anytime there's a question like periodic table or chemistry, they always look at me. Or planets, they always look at me.
but yeah, I was like, all right. I was like, I have to know at least some of
See
this.
the fucking words too. I can't see this shit. It's too far away.
And folks, on the Mad Scientist Lab podcast,
I'm gonna bring it over here so I can see.
For probably the second time ever, you are seeing the periodic.
Not
table.
yet, not yet.
Oh,
I can pull it up. God damn it, RJ.
Oh, I thought that's what you were doing. My bad.
I'm trying, but I need to also be able to see it myself.
So got the periodic table, but damn, I was so confident in my answer, dude. I really was.
So you said PO. So what is PO?
PO or is PI, and then you could shift.
Points. So no, points would be. So it had to be.
And
Was it phosphorus and oxygen?
Nope.
Points. Are you sure the thing was points?
The word was points. It's POINTS.
What is this? 84.
As we're squinting, I'm trying to squint and see it too, but I'm not doing a good job.
Polonium. No,
That's-
polonium.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, so
So-
that's PO, and then
There was
iodine.
iodine.
How many was it? It was
There's
4.
There was 3.
There's 3.
It's
Oh,
three.
so
It's
then-
3 that spell a 6-letter word with the 2 that represent the symbol on the
Okay,
periodic
so
table.
it's PO. There's got to be a OI then, which I don't see an OI
And now, granted that I'm
or an
looking
ON.
Yeah. Now, granted, now that I'm looking at this for the first time, the way the question may have been worded, okay, is that these 2 letters that represent whatever element on the periodic table, they could be out of order too. So it's not necessarily spelling it out. I could be wrong about that. But the word was points. And,
No, the elements might have been out of order,
Okay.
but we need to find a IN or a what? What is an NI? Points. I don't see points in that.
Again, maybe you could shift the letters around. I can't remember the question. The answer
Yeah.
was points.
That would be helpful to know the full questions.
And then to your credit for the second thing you had brought up is his question or 2 later, he was like, what was the name of the original hospital on Greg's Anatomy? And I was like, man, you're talking about, of all the sitcoms.
People who is Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, I'm sorry. That's how much I don't watch that shit.
People who watch the show. You didn't have anybody there that watched it?
No, I mean, there are people around that watch
What was
it.
the name of the team? Lucky's for Life, right?
Yes, we were Lucky's for Life.
And the normal people weren't there. I'm sure there was people who watched Grey's Anatomy.
Well, at the time,
That's why you have to be with your team.
yeah, well, at the time I was with the older guys we hang out with.
So you weren't Lucky's for Life then?
So they have their own.
Nah, they don't usually.
Okay, so
They don't roll with us
now
because they end up leaving.
I see. So maybe there was a person or 2 there that's normally part of it, but came late.
Look, well, and I don't know who's watching this right now, but I'll tell you this: here's the team. Team that I fuck with. This is gonna sound really fucking bad for some people if they just decide to watch this week. It's me, Dan, Brody, and Joe when Joe was in town. Joe's our history and geography guy.
Joe's an awesome guy.
Dan's a sports guy. Brody's the pop culture-ish
Yeah.
person.
This
And
is
I'm science and sometimes music. Sometimes I just know shit off the top of my brain, like because I hold shit in my head that I shouldn't even have in my brain. But yeah, so we have a pretty strong team when we're all on. But then a lot of times what happens is people will try to come in. They be like, "Oh, I know." They don't really know.
Yeah.
They end up they're so sure, but then they fucking aren't sure. And we found, let's put it this way, when we've had that core 4, maybe 1 or 2 other people, like Marcus is one, and
He was definitely there with me.
I'm trying. But like usually when we have that core 4, if we're on our shit and like nobody's out here fucking getting fucked up, we can usually be on it and fucking. But it's when motherfuckers want to come in and interject themselves and then go and fucking smoke and drink and then come back and miss the question. Like, what was the question? Like, bro,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you talking about? What was the question? Like, the question was,
You're standing right next to that guy.
no. You're outside when you should be fucking listening to the question. Like, but I digress. But anyway, usually we win. But then sometimes we try to help have other people fucking be a part of the team. So then when the team loses, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. I have fun doing it. I can't do it every week because the interjection just gets overwhelming sometimes.
It can be, and as somebody who, when I do get kind of absorbed into my gaming scenarios, whether it's a trivia or at my Xbox or whatever,
That's not the same.
it's the same in the sense of level of focus and wanting to win.
Well, kind of.
Everything
I think
else is obviously different, but
I think the game and the trivia thing are two different. Like, gaming and trivia are definitely way different. You guys are already there for a known purpose, and you're there for, you already have this knowledge of this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
With trivia, all these people have to come together with all these knowledges of all these different things and fucking figure it out. And if sometimes we might not know the answer to some shit, and we're like, well, it's like I might have a piece. Well, it wasn't. It seems like it was around this time frame, and somebody might have this other piece, and we'd be like, boom. And sometimes it comes together, sometimes it just falls apart. But it's not the same as gaming. Trust me. Come out one day for an actual, like, let me know when you have a Wednesday, and I'll come out. It would like be, and we can fucking sit down and have a legit game.
no, and I'm cool with that.
And we're always battling the same team, so it's like,
Yeah, and the thing is like the reason I was able to participate this week
because
is
it was a fucking Thursday. I know.
yeah, and I was just
But
saying
anyway,
early.
take another Wednesday, fucking motherfucker.
I will here.
can do
I can do that here in the next couple weeks.
Your fucking head is so big. Like, back up, so.
Oh my God, is that what I look like?
Back up, motherfucker.
Jesus Christ, I can't. It's so big.
You're fucking like up on the microphone.
Hold on, I'm stretching my. So
No push-ups as usual. Right. Can we go?
can you go?
It's fucking 2:14.
My God,
Yeah, you're God.
we are God.
No,
we
no,
are the
no,
God
no,
of
no,
the
no,
podcast
not
realm.
No, not you.
Please bow before us all.
Not you are God. You're God.
Anyway,
YOUR. Not apostrophe ER. Look at him. Look at him.
there's nothing
This
in there.
motherfucker. Yeah, you're about to spill it on the fucking table. It's going to be fucking.
Well, I think there's only one thing to do in a time like this. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, did John win the poll?
Of course he did. He was the only one that voted.
There we go. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 209.
Well, he would have won it anyway because I don't think you said it earlier. But either way, he would have won it. And, well, I told him that I can only do it for 30 minutes, and your ass wanted to talk for hours. So I was like, he's going to win it anyway. I told him he was going to win it anyway because we knew you were going to say it anyway.
Well, anything is
Oh.
possible.
John, real quick, you still here? Because I want to know.
Are you dead?
I have somebody who can make the Buc-ee's shirt. What do you think about? We do a picture of RJ
Oh, God.
as the Buc-ee's. Let me pull up the Buc-ee's logo real quick. He said, "Yeah, he's here." All right, give me.
Good thing you're still alive, buddy. Boy. As I know, that is like to be said.
All right, so I have an idea. This is what I want, and I already found a designer. Let me switch the thing over.
It bothers me that it's gotten that far.
I found a designer, and I found a picture from one of the episodes,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
and I wanted, and I
is my
wanted to
first.
get the designer to do RJ's face in place of the beaver, and instead of saying Buc-ee's, it's gonna say "with that being said." Or do you have a better saying that it should say? Because once we have that done, then I'm gonna get them put on the site, and then people can buy those shirts. I think it'll do well.
I think it'll do very well.
Yeah.
Could you
But we
imagine-
need a good saying. I don't know. I think with that being said is what I had in mind. But if anybody else has something else, let us know, please.
Yeah, please. Please
And
let us
if
know.
you have anything, no, I think that's too obvious.
Does it say that I'm a noob?
No. I don't know. What you got, Epic? Or you don't have to say it now. You can send it either on Facebook or in the chat. Or
And if you want to know something this guy's good at, it's brainstorming, because goddamn, do we have a lot of nerd tags floating around.
But I think this would be a good, because we've been talking about Buc-ee's a lot. RJ still has to have his cherry popped on Buc-ee's, but I think this would be a perfect shirt to start off with for us to have some different shirts besides just the logo.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. And folks, if you have some input, you know what's good about input? Letting us know. And,
You know what? That's it. I'm not even going to. He said, okay, I'm going to say what it is. He said it's a toss-up between, with that being said, and butt stuff.
butt stuff is pretty good.
I think butt stuff is the fucking winner.
Let's make my mother proud, folks.
And here he thought I was going to use apple pie. Oh, use the apple pie.
Which was delicious, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that cherry pie is fucking fire.
Oh, my God. Please bring us more.
We need to order. We can order.
Yeah, we can order. Let's support. Let us do our due diligence. And you should do your due diligence, phones, by checking out the podcast. Anywhere you get your podcasts, that is Apple Music, Spotify, all those great apps. You can catch us Monday. For the visual, I don't know what I was going to say.
What the
I
fuck?
was having a moment.
This motherfucker-
Catch us for the visual on YouTube every Monday around 9 a.m. And the most important one, you can catch us live here on Twitch every Saturday around 6 p.m.-ish. Motherfucker. And, yeah, that's all that there is to that, folks. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to episode 209 of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast. As always, it is IRG, the pizza guy, along with Jared, the visual mad scientist, and Epic. Again, happy 103rd birthday, my friend. We will see you when we see you, and we will see you guys next week. So, peace.
Hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio Skulls all day.
The Mad Scientist Lab. The Mad Scientist Lab. The Mad Scientist Lab. The Mad Scientist Lab.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
The Mad Scientist Lab.